old two-niner.
Time for 2 minutes with the old two-niner. Brought to you by your Pittsburgh area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing.
Welcome to the old two-niner, Pens and Sharks. Tonight we're joined now by Penguins forward Tommy Novak. Tommy, let's right out of the hop. Feel-good question for you. 7 career games against the Sharks. You got 6 goals and 11 points. More goals and points against the Sharks than any other team. I've asked other players this, and sometimes they don't like to talk about it. Sometimes they have no reason why. How do you feel about those? Those are great numbers.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe just a couple big games against them for kind of inflate the numbers pretty quick. But they're obviously a different team every year, so just hopefully keep it going, though.
I know you're a natural center, and you've played a little bit of center, but a little more wing this season with Ben Kindle in the middle. So it's kind of a two-part question. What's your comfort level on the wing, and then what's it like playing with an 18-year-old in Ben Kindle?
I think as far as comfort level, it's better. I don't have a whole lot of rest this level on the wing, but just learning to play in the wall better and hopefully continuing to improve in more winger responsibilities. So I think it's a work in progress, but getting better. And then playing with Kindy, it's fun. I mean, obviously a young kid with a tremendous amount of talent. So hopefully we can get going here and create some chances and get some pucks in the net. But he's a fun player to play with, sees the ice very well. So hopefully I have my stick on the ice.
It's kind of a rhetical question, but tough loss in Anaheim.
Yeah.
Gutsy win in LA. What's the mood in the room to finish this road trip with a win percentage?
Yeah, it would be great. I mean, I think every game we try to come out and just put it all on the line. And it'd be nice to come out with 2 wins this road trip. I think that would be successful. These teams are pretty good now, so get the win here would be a nice way to go home for sure.
Tommy, thanks for doing this. All the best. Yeah. Keep beating up on the Sharks.
Yeah, I'll try. Yeah,
right, that's Tommy Novak. Your 2 minutes with the old two-niner.
Thank you.
Enjoy the hockey game.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Because life. Now it is time for the Highmark Injury Update.
For the Penguins, Kevin Hayes and Rutger McGroarty still out of the lineup. Timothy Liljegren and John Klingberg are missing in action for the San Jose Sharks. And I want to remind you that you should play the Pennsylvania Lottery. Proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians every day. You must be 18 years old or older to play the game. And you can do so online or at your local retailer. And the Powerball jackpot is $295 million. And the drawing is tonight. So get your tickets for the PA Lottery. And in just a moment, we will have the old two-niner calling the game again tonight with Jason Seidling. Josh Getzoff is on the mend. I'm sure he'll be back in the saddle on Tuesday night when the Penguins play the Canucks. But we get to hear the old two-niner one more time call the game tonight, along with Jason Seidling, coming up next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
It takes all of us to take action and bring awareness to create a better community and environment. Penguins Pledge brings together key Penguins business partners with a common goal to create a more environmentally conscious community. Together with our Pledge Impact partners, Davey Tree, Excelitas, Duquesne Light Company, and WM, Penguins Pledge is a commitment to a better and more sustainable Pittsburgh. Learn more at pittsburghpenguins.com/Penguins Pledge.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
2 things you can't argue: everyone loves free, and everyone loves chocolate chip cookies. Get to the Penguins mobile app and grab your offer for a free chocolate chip cookie from select Crumble locations on any Penguins home game day. From Crumble, official partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Stay warm this winter with Glassmere Fuel Service, your MVP for heating oil and propane in Pittsburgh. Call 800-235-9054 or visit Glassmere.com. Glassmere Fuel Service, keeping your home warm at a competitive price, season after season.
Ever dreamed about signing with the Penguins? Now you can. With the Penguins Power Play package from FNB, you can be a part of the team with a Pens branded debit card, cashback credit card, and personal checks. Plus, score exclusive rewards like discounts on tickets, Pens gear, and more. Sign with the Penguins at fnb-online.com/Penguins. FNB, the official bank of the Pittsburgh Penguins. FNB, member FDIC, credit card subject to approval. See site for details.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The fastest game on ice.
Nick Schmaltz, he's in. Schmaltz to center. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Playmate rebound on the view. Hey! Nelson scores! Mario Lemieux and the Penguins lead. 5-4, and you'd have to be here to believe it, to believe it, to believe it.
Crosby, backhanded pass, Russ scores! What a feed from Sidney Crosby for his 90th point of the season. Crosby centering past Malkin, trying to get a couple jabs at it, and getting Malkin from the seat of his pants joins the 500 club.
Welcome to a new era of Penguins hockey on the radio. The Pittsburgh Penguins Radio Network proudly presents Penguins Hockey. The Penguins Radio Network is presented by S&T Bank and brought to you in part by Number One Cochrane, Go One Better, by IC Light, by McDonald's, providing you the official burger of the Pittsburgh Penguins, by Get Go Cafe and Market, Get Go, where the Pens go, by Coca-Cola, founding partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, by Clearview Federal Credit Union, helping people enjoy a better life, and by Indra Energy, an official Penguins Pledge champion partner. Now, here's Phil Bork and Jason Seidling.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages and all Penguins fans around the world, welcome to San Jose in the Built by 84 broadcast booth. I'm Phil Bork here for one more night of play-by-play, and for the third straight night, I'm joined by Director of Team Operations and now your color analyst, Jason Seidling. For 2 nights ago, the Penguins, they flipped the script on the LA Kings. After going down 2-0 in the first period, the Pens reeled off 4 straight goals and defeated the Kings on their home ice for the second straight year. Tonight, the Pens will try to close out their 3-game road trip and take a bite out of the Sharks. Talk about all that. Let's bring in Jason Seidling and talk about that game a couple nights ago where you and I looked at each other, Jay, after the first period and went, uh-oh, this one could get ugly. But au contraire, mon frere, the Penguins did flip the script on the LA Kings, and what a second period they had, and to get goals from all 4 lines, what a performance.
Absolutely, and it kind of did come out of nowhere because it really, like I said, after 20 minutes, we thought, oh boy, dead men walking. But you know what? One thing that Coach Muse talked about today was that momentum is a funny thing. When you get things rolling, it could be your friend. And once the Penguins got that second goal, that just became a whole new hockey game. And kudos, he said, all 4 lines contributing, which you getting a goal from all 4. That's huge. But the 4th line, Blake Lizotte, Connor Dewar, and Noel Achari, I mean, they were great on it. Even in that first period when the Penguins really had nothing going, they did. They get the big second goal. Great hustle by Noel Achari. Wins the puck battle. Dewar picks it up, sneaks one in there. Still don't know how it got in, but it made it a whole new hockey game.
No, you're right, because that was within a minute after the Malkin power play goal. You get the Dewar goal from your 4th line, then first National Hockey League goal, a shorty by Philip Hollander. It just seemed like those are the kind of ingredients you need if the Penguins are going to win on a consistent basis.
Absolutely. You look at the grand scheme of things. What do special teams take up? Maybe 6 to 10 minutes of the game. That's such a small part of it, but it's such a huge part of it. We said the Penguins had lost back-to-back games. Big reason, they'd given up 4 goals while shorthanded. They gave up a shorthanded goal while they were on the power play. Reversed it. They stayed out of the box. They killed off the couple times they were shorthanded, and not only did they kill it, but they get the big goal. And you talked about it with Ricard Raquel. You asked him in the morning with your 2 minutes with the old 2-9er about if he'd ever had one, and he came a couple inches away. But once he hit that crossbar and Forsberg just had no clue where the puck went from there. And really, everybody on the ice nobody did, but Hallander talked about it. Stopped behind the net, stayed in front, and he stayed with it. Took him 2 whacks, but he got it in there. And this is a kid, only 11 minutes of ice time, but he made things happen. each time he was out there, I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing that ice in the 12, 13 minutes. He's really looking to establish himself as a permanent fixture.
It's interesting on this road trip because we saw such a young team in Anaheim, one of the oldest teams in the league in LA, and now we're going to see another young, hungry team, only team in the National Hockey League, the San Jose Sharks, to not have a victory yet. And, Jay, worst team in the league 2 years ago, worst team in the league last year. If you remember when we came in here 2 years ago, they had lost 11 straight games out of the gate. And we were their 11th straight loss. And it was ugly. That was I believe, a 10-1 or 10-2 game. It was really ugly. And here they are again. So, again, we're going to see a bunch of young players. I'm going to reel off some names to you. Will Smith, 20 years of age. Sam Dickinson, 19. You got Colin Graff, 23, just a young player. Macklin Celebrini, taken first overall a couple years ago. He's 19. William Eklund, 23. And Michael Misa, who's only 18. Second National Hockey League game here tonight. And the good thing is the Penguins are going to address both of their teenagers, and Harrison Brunick and Ben Kindle.
And going for the Penguins, from their angle of things, Brunick and Kindle, they've been great. And obviously, much like the Sharks are doing with Dickinson, he didn't play the opener. He's played every game since. And Misa, this is only going to be his second NHL appearance. The Penguins, rotating them in and out, making them watch a game, kind of see a different angle to get a different perspective on things. I know, one thing Ben Kindle said, he thinks it shows that the Penguins care, about his long term. And that's what Dan Muse said. This is all about setting these guys up for success now and in the future. Who knows where it's going to go? Are they going to stay here? Are they going to go back? We don't know where that's going to go. But the Penguins trying to set them up with a game plan to not overwhelm them, because they both play a lot. I mean, Ben Kindle played 5 of the 7 preseason games, I believe, maybe 6 of them. So it's a lot of hockey in a short period of time. We'll see him check back in here in center of the third line. Anxious to see what he brings.
Sharks are just taking the ice here. The Penguins just taking the ice, and leading the Sharks on the ice is our old buddy, Alex Nedeljkovic. He will be the starting goaltender for the San Jose Sharks. Came over in a summer trade where the Penguins got a third-round pick. And for the Penguins, Tristan Jarry. It's obvious Jarry's went through a tough year last year, sent to Wilkes-Barre twice. Alex Nedeljkovic, just a good soldier. But realistically, when you look at the numbers, Jay, Nedeljkovic and Jarry, the numbers were almost identical. But you kind of felt like Jarry didn't pass the eye test quite the way that Nedeljkovic did. It's been a tough go for Alex Nedeljkovic here, but you know him the way I know him. He is a battler. He's a competitor. Players love playing for him, and you expect Ned to bring his best.
Absolutely. So Nedeljkovic, he gets the opening night start for these guys against Vegas a couple weeks back, and I'll tell you, he's played in 2 games here, and just it has not gone well. He was, a minute away from winning the opener. Jack Eichel dump in, takes a bad bounce, ties it up, and then in overtime, Ned comes out to try to play a loose puck, and old friend Riley Smith just steals it off of him and has a tap in, and all of a sudden, it becomes a loss. And then a couple earlier this week on Tuesday against Carolina, just the whole team was just flat and not, Ned's best if you kind of watch some of the replays there. So, he wants to put a good performance out here. He's played twice in front of the home fans. Neither one has gone his way, and he said one of the best teammates. But I know he wants to show them what he can do on the ice.
Second time Alex Nedeljkovic will face one of his old teams, the Canes and now the Pens. When we come back, we will have puck drop between the San Jose Sharks and your Pittsburgh Penguins. You are listening to the Penguins Radio Network, brought to you by S&T Bank.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com. and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage, used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
Just like defensemen have to protect the crease, you have to protect the paint of your car. Mr. Magic Car Wash is offering a free Paint Protect wash valued at $25 to all new customers. Visit MrMagicCarWash.com to redeem your free wash today.
No matter the occasion, there's always a reason to celebrate with a DQ ice cream cake. Creamy DQ soft serve and the chocolatey crunch center is great at any get-together. Customize yours today at DQ.com. DQ is the official ice cream and ice cream cake of the Penguins.
In Pittsburgh, champions aren't just born, they're built. And NSS Life has been part of that winning legacy for decades.
We've stood with the city's champions on and off the field.
Building futures that are strong, secure, and built to last.
NSS Life is proud to be part of Pittsburgh's past and your future.
NSS Life, the official life insurance company of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
NSS Live, where family matters.
Say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Back to the SAP Center in downtown San Jose, California. What a rendition that was, Jay. That was the Mariachi Cristalino band.
It's different. I liked it.
A little bit of a foot tapper there. Let's get to our starting lineups. Our starting lineups are presented by Clearview Federal Credit Union. For the Sharks, Alex Nedeljkovic, 0-1-1 on the season, 445 goals against, 878 save percentage. On the back line will be Dmitry Orlov with Mario Ferrero. Center will be William Eklund with Tyler Toffoli on one wing, Alexander Wenberg on the other. So we're going to have a ceremonial puck drop here by a council member. Okay. Take my time on your starting lineups. Tristan Jarry in goal for the Penguins. Record of 1-1-0 with a 3.55 goals against, 881 save percentage. On the back line, it'll be Parker Wotherspoon and former San Jose Shark. No surprise. Dan Muse likes to do this. Erik Karlsson. And it'll be the Sidney Crosby line. It's Sidney Crosby and Tyler Toffoli. Take care of the ceremonial puck drop. Shake hands. So it'll be the Crosby line with Ricard Raquel on the left wing and Brian Rust on the right wing. And the San Jose Sharks do not have a captain. They have a group of captains. And Tyler Toffoli is a part of that, so he took that drop with Sidney Crosby.
I think he's the one guy that he wears it every game, and the other ones rotate.
Yeah, they have a rotation on the assistant captains, but Toffoli will be the constant, whether it's home or away.
We're talking about Erik Karlsson starting here, coming back to where he won the Norris Trophy.
Yeah.
Potentially hearing Dan Muse talk today, praising his defensive work. You don't hear that too often with Erik Karlsson, and using his legs, to close on gaps and defend. I thought that was interesting. That's not something we've heard in his first 3 years here.
Yeah, I heard the defenseman, especially Ryan Shea, who's just piling up the points, that they've been encouraged to join the rush, including Erik Karlsson. The opening faceoff is brought to you by number one Cochrane. Go one better. Penguins win it, and they get it inside the San Jose Sharks zone. It's now the Sharks dumping into the Penguins zone. That's William Eklund first to the loose puck. He's now pinched off. Support by Toffoli. Toffoli back to the point. Ferraro with a big shot. That's blocked by the stick of Ricard Raquel. Sharks on their forecheck. It's Eklund. He's stripped to the puck by Sidney Crosby. It's turned over in the neutral zone. Parker Wotherspoon with a big hit on Alexander Wenberg. Turns the puck over. Goes D to D. Karlsson to Wotherspoon. Back to Karlsson. Little saucer past the Malkin. He goes weak side to Wotherspoon. The quick up to Brazeau. And his deflection into the zone is gloved by Alex Nedeljkovic. He'll take no chance with Evgeny Malkin right on top of him. Get a face-off to his left.
No surprise that Nedeljkovic held on, as you saw yesterday, too. So the tough start for the Sharks, almost like the Penguins and the Kings a couple nights earlier. Sharks rebound, they tie it up, and then Askarov couldn't stop the rim in. gives it right to Liam O'Brien, and that was would end up being the deciding goal. But they've had some issues with goalies playing the puck.
Face-off win here by Malkin. And it's Shea to Letang. His shot deflected by Nedeljkovic. Around the horn it goes. Another shot by Letang gets blocked by a body in front. To the loose puck is Adam Gaudette. Sends it to the neutral zone. Corralled by the pucks. Letang to that loose puck at center red. Gets it in. This is stopped by Nedeljkovic. Quick shoulder check by Ned. And here come the Sharks. It's Gaudette. Looked like he had a break. Really good job there by Caleb Jones. And now it's Malkin to Mantha. Mantha gains his own. Little saucer pass to Achari. Achari tries to go to the backhand 5-hole, and that's shut down by Nedeljkovic. First good chance by the Penguins off the stick of Noel Achari. Puck up high. You can hear the referee saying right there, right there. Little help for the boys. Corralled by the Penguins. It's Jones up to Lizotte. Lizotte down the left wing, enters the zone. He tries to send it into the corner for Dewar. Dewar takes a big hit there from former Penguin defenseman Vincent Desharnais. Penguins 3-man on the puck. It's Achari drifting out to the point, sends it in behind the goal to Lizotte. He gets pinched off by Nick Leddy. And now it's Dewar in a puck battle.
It's good to see these guys get the third shift here.
The third shift. That is a little bit of a tap on the pads there by the head coach. Building that trust equity is this line, the Lizotte line. Penguins now in the offensive zone. And it goes around the boards to Will Smith. He chips it out to the neutral zone. Now the Penguins come. And Tommy Novak tries to gain the zone. He's pinched off down the wall. Wilderspoon to Carlson. Carlson is shaking and baking at the blue line. It's down to Novak. Novak to Wilderspoon. The wrist shot by Wilderspoon gets blocked. Penguins first to the loose puck. And it's Kindle stripped of the puck. And just a bouncing puck is chipped off the wall into the neutral zone. It's Rust finding Wilderspoon. Wilderspoon down the left wing. He's hit by Dellandrea. To Crosby on the far wall. Sid on the backhand. Sends it in behind the goal to Ricard Raquel. It's Ferraro first to that loose puck. Turns it over to Letang at the right point. Letang to Rust. Down to Crosby. Crosby takes a big hit. Good support there by Raquel. To the left point to Shea. Down to Letang, who's on the left side of the ice. A lot of movement here by the Penguins. Not a good drop pass by Letang to Raquel. And here's a 2-on-1 turning in a 2-on-2. Big shot there. Big save by Tristan Jarry on a 2-on-2. A low, hard shot by Celebrini. Quick right pad save by Tristan Jarry.
Celebrini can fire a puck. Good.
Loves to shoot on the fly. There's Brazeau gaining the zone. He's got Malkin in all by himself on Nedeljkovic, and the poke check by Nedeljkovic off the stick of Evgeny Malkin. And here come the Sharks the other way. Crisscross here, and another big save by Tristan Jarry as it leaks through him and dribbles into the goal, but clearly the whistle had blown, and that was a really good chance there for Jeff Skinner off a fast break by the Sharks after a great chance on one end by Evgeny Malkin.
And I think the puck might have bounced on it. I didn't get to see a replay, but I think the puck might have rolled on Gino as he was going to try to get a shot off. But good hustle back, too. I mean, Skinner gets a good shot, but Gino had the stick on there. It forced him to shoot it. You see the replay. Yeah, it rolled right off the stick. Yeah, it rolled off. It did roll off the stick. Yep.
Forehand to the backhand, it flipped right on edge, and as well as the poke check by Nedeljkovic. Face off to the left of Tristan Jarry. The Blake Lizotte and Adam Gaudette. And Lizotte wins that face-off. Jones sends it in behind the goal to Harrison Brunick. Brunick takes a big hit. Puck battle in the corner between Brunick and Jeff Skinner. Good support there by Jones. He gets it up to Achari. Achari to Dewar. Dewar bumps it off the wall in the neutral zone, trying to get his own pass. And it's picked off by the Sharks. Quick up by the Sharks through the neutral zone. And it's Skinner. Skinner to Celebrini. And another great chance for Celebrini. And another big save by Tristan Jarry.
Well, Sharks are desperate. Yeah, and This could be a desperate team. They're going on a 4-game road trip after this. They said 0-2-2, the only winless team. I mean, they're going to be desperate, and it's their young leader who's leading the way here, leading by example.
No, and that's why in a game like this, the first goal is so important, because you're right. Because if a team that's that desperate and not won yet and have had some stinkers here, they get that first goal, they get the fans behind it, a little bit of belief. It's a good team on paper, but you know their confidence is not all that in the bag of chips.
No, and that's those things you said a couple years ago when they went 10, 11 games at the outset without winning. But, I mean, that's something you're looking at here. Like, 2 chances. They could have been 2-0 the first 2 games. 59 minutes, they're up in both games. And then all of a sudden you play 2 stinkers, and now you're 0-2-2.
There's Wotherspoon getting the zone to Carlson. Carlson pump fake. Really good job there by Colin Graff to not bite on that move by Eric Carlson. You feel like Carlson probably should have pulled the trigger there. Now Carlson with the puck again finds Brazeau down on the goal line, and right in front is Mantha. Mantha can't chisel it over to Nedeljkovic, and now it's back inside the Penguin zone. It's Ryan Shea up to Brazeau. Brazeau at the end of a shift just sends it in behind the goal to Ben Kindle. Good job by Kindle to spin off of Vincent Desharnais. It's now Letang's shot, and Letang's shot goes right into Ty Dellandrea and hit Dellandrea, I think, right above the knee and felled him. And he is in a boatload of pain just now getting to the San Jose bench. And it's Shea rimming it along the wall again. Nedeljkovic very aggressive out playing the puck. Gets it up to Windberg. He turns it over to the Penguins there. Philip Hollander hanging on to the puck in the high slot looking for help. He gets help from Letang. Letang goes D to D. It's Crosby to Letang, sends it in behind the goal to Raquel. Raquel first to the loose puck, sends it to Shea. Ill-advised D to D pass there as the Sharks read that perfectly. But the Penguins retain the puck in the neutral zone. It's Sid up to Rust. Rust got Raquel coming in the back door. He tries for Raquel. And Raquel, right-hand shot on the backhand, just can't get enough on that, as well as Nedeljkovic aggressive with that poke check again.
And Nedeljkovic knows, watching these guys know they like to go across the crease like that. It was a good job by Raquel just to even get a stick on it.
There's Rust with a big slap shot, goes wide. Corralled by Crosby at the left point. Spin move by Sid. He hangs on the goal line. Sends it to Jones. Jones tries to find Raquel. That pass does not connect. Penguins with good puck possession here in the San Jose zone. Now it's Brunick. Fresh body on the ice to Jones. Back to Brunick. Brunick at the left point. Gets it down to Rust. Rust with a spin move on Wennberg. Wennberg stays with him, and now Crosby. Long shift here for the Crosby line. And Sid hangs on. He gets poke checked by Desharnais. Desharnais gets it up to Eklund. And they exit the zone. Penguins get fresh bodies. Jones with the dump in. Nedeljkovic tries to play it. Around the yellow kickboard it goes. First to the loose puck is Connor Dewar. Walks out of the corner and finds Wotherspoon. His quick shot stopped by Nedeljkovic. Good, hard, low shot from the left point off the stick of part of the Wotherspoon. Turnover here by the Sharks. And it's Dewar in on the loose puck. Leddy tries to go D to D. Again, the Penguins' fourth line all over the Sharks here. Good chance there for Achari. Glove saved by Nedeljkovic. And now the Sharks are on their heels, and they're just dumping the puck out, Jay, just to relieve the pressure.
It looks much like what you saw from them last night. You just see they're just not hard on defending. The whole sequence.
There's the Sharks in tight. Big save there by Tristan Jarry with the blocker on Kurashev. That came out of nowhere. Penguins turnover. Here come the Sharks again along the goal line. Good job by Brazeau to collapse down low and intercept that puck. Out to the neutral zone it goes. Brazeau up to Malkin. Gino hangs on, back to Brazeau. He finds Mantha coming down the left wing, tries to go short side shelf, and Nedeljkovic read that perfectly. The Sharks with a big turnover to Malkin in the slot. That shot is blocked. That was the new member, Vincent Iorio, that laid the body down on a glorious chance for Evgeny Malkin.
And another sloppy play by the Sharks. You can see why they've given up 5.5 goals per game. They just don't defend hard.
Yeah, and they're not reacting like you should to a high-pressure forecheck. They're too spread out. They're not making the easy play, and the Penguins are forcing the turnover. Puck goes up off the stick of Ben Kindle into the Penguins bench. and that will allow us to take our first break. 10-11 left in the first period. Penguins 0, Sharks 0. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, brought to you by S&T Bank.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage, used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
Protecting your assets should not be. When it comes to insurance, employee benefits, or surety bonding, rely on the industry experts at PITTSBURGH to help you minimize risk, maximize potential, and improve your bottom line. PITTSBURGH, an official partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Kimberly Clark Professional is proud to be a champion sustainability partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Together, they are driving change to help reduce impact through a commitment to sustainable products and services. Learn more at kcprofessional.com/sustainability.
We celebrate the brave, the powerful, pink ribbon wearers and supporters who turn the fear and uncertainty of a breast cancer diagnosis into strength and hope. At UPMC, we're here to support you with screenings, compassionate experts, and innovative therapies, because we know that sometimes you just need someone by your side through every step of the journey. Learn more at upmc.com/breast cancer awareness.
Welcome back to the Built by 84 broadcast booth here in San Jose. Phil Bourque here with Jason Seidling. Penn 0, Shark 0. Shots 8-5 for a 0-0 first period. We've had some pretty good chances for both teams so far, Jay.
Yeah, a little bit of Tristan hasn't, you said the volume isn't there, but the chance has been high. Macklin Celebrini has a couple here. When I was looking, they only had him down for one shot. I thought he had a couple shots.
He did have a couple,
that's what I thought. Looking at the sheet, it threw me off. But he's had a couple. And that's not the guy you want getting grade A looks. No. But all in all, the Penguins, a great start. Much better than what we saw, in Los Angeles the other night. And they talked about that. They said for the first time they thought out of cohesion with changes, just with everything, and much better here in the start.
Well, you're right. The Penguins are not happy with their start in LA, and they've changed that here so far in this one. And we've got what we expected from the Sharks as far as them trying to get that first goal. But you're right, they've been sloppy. Here's a chance right in front. Nedeljkovic with two big saves. One on the initial shot, and then Ben Kindle right in front, almost in too tight to elevate the puck over to Nedeljkovic.
That's a great sign seeing Ben Kindle going to net, but I like too, Caleb Jones Simple to the net. I said Nedeljkovic gave up a couple long rangers last game, so I like that.
Spin moves by Harrison Brunick at the point. He gets support from Jones, and now right in front, it's Ben Kindle again. One chance, two chances. Hollander on the doorstep. He can't get it past the right pad of Alex Nedeljkovic, and now these Sharks airmail it into the Penguin zone. This won't be icing as Kindle gets to that slow rolling puck, comes in behind his goal. Change for the Penguins, the Crosby line. Out here as Harrison Brunick. Now goes up to Sidney Crosby. He'll get a change. Turnover here by Raquel. And the dump in by the San Jose Sharks. All the way around the horn to DeFoley. Back to Wenberg. Wenberg down to Celebrini. Celebrini on the forehand tries to come out from behind the goal. Long shot. No traffic in front. Easy save for Tristan Jarry off the stick of Vincent Desharnais. That'll take us to our break. Penn 0, Shark 0, 8:41 left in the first period. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, brought to you by S&T Bank.
If it's happening in baseball,
the Dodgers are going back to the World Series.
It's on MLB Network Radio.
Dave Roberts getting ready to celebrate.
We enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. So still a lot of work to be done. Let's just do something special.
We're down here with Mookie Betts.
And we'll get to celebrate tonight, and it's just this is the reason why we play the game.
MLB Network Radio, Sirius XM Channel 89, and on the Sirius XM app.
The best player analysts and insiders live on NHL Network Radio.
But the other thing that Connor McDavid has earned is he's earned a voice in what happens with the team. Where are you guys headed? What are you guys doing? I need to know, because he made it very clear in his comments, I want a chance to win and win again. That doesn't mean he gets final say. They need to listen to Connor McDavid. They need to express their views to Connor McDavid.
Get the latest opinion and analysis you need on the home of hockey, NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Experience the pinnacle of club soccer in the UEFA Champions League on Sirius XM FC. This is the place where legends are born.
Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Dynasties are built.
Real Madrid do what they do best.
And history is made.
It is a night to remember for Paris Saint-Germain.
Hear the top Champions League matches all season long on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
Welcome back to the SAP Center in San Jose. Penn 0, Sharks 0. Shots are 14-6 Penguins, and once again, Dan Muse rolling all four lines, getting everybody involved here in this one early.
And it helps that all four lines have brought it here today. Great shift by the Kindle line there, their last time out. Ben Kindle credited with 3 shots on that shift.
The turnover here by Wilderspoon. Saved by Tristan Jarry in tight. Puck goes into the corner. It's Erik Karlsson battling for a loose puck. It's Dellandrea now with a puck. And from the corner, it's Colin Graf trying to send it off of Tristan Jarry. Now in behind the goal, it's Wilderspoon and Lazat battling for a loose puck. It's now picked up by the Sharks. It's Barclay Goodrow. Walks out from behind the goal. He finds Colin Graf. Graf back to the point by Sam Dickinson. That's stopped by Tristan Jarry. Now Penguins first to the loose puck. It's Karlsson to Achari. Cross ice to Wilderspoon. He whiffs on the dump in. Second opportunity in the backhand. Goes back to Dickinson. Dickinson quick up to Dellandrea inside the Penguin zone. Dumps it in the corner. It's Ryan Shea. Nifty little move there to Brazeau. Brazeau tries to find Malkin. That puck hopped on him. And the Sharks just dump it out to the neutral zone. Back to Shea. And Shea rims it in. It's Malkin in on the forecheck. Hits it to Brazeau. Brazeau tries to find...
I think he was trying to go to Mantha. I think
it was Mantha, yeah.
I just think he...
Just in behind Mantha there. I'd like to see Mantha get on the board here. He was able to get a lucky bounce in Anaheim. He's had some great opportunities playing on that Malkin line. Long shot here from the point off the stick of Vincent Iorio. And that's right in the belly pad of Tristan Jarry. Face off to his left. 7:06 left in the first period. Penn 0, Sharks 0.
As the Penguins here, having to defend a little bit here these last couple shifts, but one thing I like, they've stayed in good structure. These last 3 shots, they've all come from the point. Yeah. There's been no traffic in front of Tristan.
That's the key part right there. The Sharks, they got a lot of skill. They're going to get chances, but really, if you ask Tristan Jarry, you keep things to the outside, perimeter shots, and you're able to box out in front of me, I'll stop most of those.
It's a complete contradiction with the Penguins is their shots. They're doing a great job at getting to the net.
Wenberg got waved here. It was Toffoli against Sidney Crosby on the faceoff inside the Penguins zone. Toffoli wins it, but the Penguins retrieve the loose puck, and it's inside the Sharks zone. It's Raquel. It's Rust in on the forecheck. Now Ferraro is able to bump it up to Toffoli. Toffoli goes cross ice to Ekman. Ekman here to Wenberg. Good chance there. Another big save by Tristan Jarry. Crosby on the backhand. Just sends it out to the neutral zone.
A nice read on that with Jarry. I think he knew that nobody was in the slot. I think he purposely kicked that puck
Kicked it out there on purpose. Only his mate was there. There's a delayed offside against the Sharks. This will be a free exit. And the Penguins will get some fresh bodies out here as Harrison Brunick carries the mail. Little drop pass there. But Caleb Jones. Jones retreats back to his own goal. In behind the goal, long stretch pass to Tommy Novak. Tommy Novak gains his own. Good hit there by Darnay. And it's the Sharks going the other way. Will Smith through the neutral zone. He's hounded by Novak, just has to dump it in. Brunick first to the loose puck. Takes a hit to make a play. Good support there by Tommy Novak up to Kindle. Kindle to Jones. Jones, possible trip there. No call on the play. And now it's a counterattack by the Sharks. It's Misa to Philip Kurashev. Kurashev back to Misa. Misa to the point. And Sam Dickinson rims it behind the Penguins' goal. Smith goes to the point. Iorio. And Orio's shot blocked by Tristan Jarry. And now it's the Sharks' turn to get a forecheck going here. 5:15 left in the first period. Pens and Sharks all knotted up at 0. It's Harrison Brunick finds a loose puck in the slot. Gets on his horse. It gets pinched off before he's able to chip it in. And now Nola Chari tries to find Connor Dewar. That bouncing puck pops over the stick of Dewar. It's Leddy first to the loose puck, and he spots Barclay Goudreau. Goudreau's cross-ice pass to Vincent Iorio, and all he can do is dump it in the Penguin zone, get a change. Penguins with a clean breakout. Lazat to Connor Dewar. Dewar off the wall inside the Shark zone. They're first to the loose puck. They turn the puck over to Malkin. Malkin, bouncing puck. Dewar, while on his stomach, got a whack at it. I'm not sure if that got to the pad of Alex Nedeljkovic.
I don't think it did get through, but another great job by Malkin. We're talking about his defensive game. And you know, Dan Muse has mentioned it.
Chance here for Jeff Skinner. Huge save by Tristan Jarry. Jarry came flying out of his goal. Aggressive save as coming right down Main Street was Jeff Skinner. What a chance for Skinner. Huge save by Tristan Jarry.
Great job by Jarry, quickly getting out on top and taking space away.
Oh, he's probably 4 or 5 feet, right, Jay, outside his blue paint?
That is not where you want Jeff Skinner to be walking in from. One of the rare breakdowns the Penguins have had here tonight.
There's Malkin's pass in front. Goes off the body of Anthony Mantha. He tried to just belly that into the goal on Alex Nedeljkovic. 3:40 to go in the first period. Pens and Sharks at 0. Here's Justin Brazeau getting the zone to Chris Letang. Letang tries to go back to Brazeau. That pass misses. And it's Skinner down the left wing. Skinner with a pirouette. Ryan Shea will have none of that good body work there by Ryan Shea on the slippery Jeff Skinner. It's Brazeau down to the left of Tristan Jarry. Back to the behind the net. Turnover there by Chris Letang. And Tristan Jarry had no idea where that shot was from William Eklund.
It's a tough bounce. I think it bounced off Letang's skate right to the slot, and Jarry did not have any idea.
He didn't know where it was till he heard it hit the glass behind him. Eklund to a loose puck in the far corner. Back to Leddy. Leddy to Iorio. Back to William Eklund. Good movement here by the Sharks. Iorio finds Weinberg. Weinberg, good stick there by Letang. As Weinberg tried to let it fly from long distance. It's Leddy in the puck battle with Brazeau. Good job by Brazeau to out-battle Leddy, get that puck to the neutral zone. But right back come the Sharks. It's Weinberg inside the Penguin zone. This pass for Eklund goes off his stick, and now it's around the wall to Brian Rust. Rust's little chip pass to Letang. D to D. Letang to Shea. Spin move by Shea. He goes D to D back to Letang. Up to Brian Rust. Sharks in the middle of a change. Rust comes through the neutral zone. Dumps it in. First to that loose puck is Iorio. He gets pinched off by Ricard Raquel. Puck battle in the corner. Good support by Crosby. To Jones. He walks it in. The wrist shot by Jones into the chest protector of Alex Nedeljkovic. Well, some good work by both teams. Big saves by both goaltenders. It's 0-0 here in San Jose. 152 left in the first period. Pens and Sharks. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, brought to you by S&T Bank.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives, life-changing medicine.
Tender Care Learning Centers, the early education professionals, has been providing quality child care and preschool education for over 40 years. To find one of our 20 convenient locations near you, visit tendercarelc.org. Tender Care Learning Centers is the child care provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
As the official professional products partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Kimberly Clark Professionals deliver trusted brands like Scott, Kleenex, and Wipe-All to deliver game-ready hygiene solutions that keep facilities clean, efficient, and prepared for action. Learn more at kcprofessional.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com or an office near you.
Proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Office is Pittsburgh.
All right, welcome back to the SAP Center. No score here, 1:52 to play in the opening period. Fans, the Penguins return home this coming Tuesday, October 21st. Puck drop is 7 p.m. against the St. Louis Blues. It's the first Dollar Dog Night of the season. It was a big hit last season.
Love it.
So get your tickets today at PittsburghPenguins.com.
Dollar Dog Night, nothing like it. Face-off win by the Sharks. They dump it into the neutral zone, now into the Penguin zone. Down the wall comes Dickinson. He sends it to Kurashev. Kurashev tries to go to the D, back to Will Smith. He mails it over the stick, and it's Hollander without a stick. He quickly gets to the bench. Great job by John Taglianetti to get him a bench, and another big save by Tristan Jarry on Philip Kurashev. Moving from his right to left, not only right to left, Jay, but right to left and out, and close those pillows on Kurashev.
And it's much like we talked about the Skinner chance a couple minutes ago. Jarry, and we talked about this during the break, is on his game. He is on his game. He's reading, reacting quickly, and that was his toughest one yet. And that was a tough break. I'm trying to tell you, a tough break because Ben Kindle did not know that Philip Hollander did not have a stick.
Yep.
Pass would have been right to him, but unfortunately, that's what got the Penguins scrambling.
There's another big hit by Ferraro on Noel Acciari. That's a huge hit by Mario Ferraro, and Acciari lost his bucket. He's now just getting it back on, but the chin strap's not there. You wonder if Acciari will stay on. He's going to stay on here. Puck rolls into Tristan Jarry. He sends it to Carlson. Carlson tries to send it up to Acciari. Acciari can't handle that pass. It's now Dewar who chips it out into the neutral zone. Puck battle won there by Wolderspoon. Wolderspoon dumps it in, stopped by Alex Nedeljkovic. It's Ferraro, turns it over to Malkin. Gino, galloping Gino. Gino's been all over the ice here in the first period.
Just in the right spots. Being in the right spots has led to chances.
End of the period here, Dan Muse has Malkin and Crosby together with Brian Rust, 5-on-5. Here's Malkin to Sid. Sid gains his own. Sends it back to Ryan Shea. Bomb of a one-timer by Ryan Shea. Glove by Alex Nedeljkovic. And Ryan Shea kind of skated towards Nedeljkovic. You could see Ned's head kind of bobbing a little bit. Probably a little bit of chirping going on.
We know Ned like we do. There was definitely some chirping going on. All in good fun.
Muse all in. 14.1 to go here. You got Crosby, Malkin, Rust, Letang, and Carlson. Offensive zone faceoff. To the right of Alex Nedeljkovic. Sid's going to get a warning here. Nope, he's going to get waived. Gino comes in. Malkin on the faceoff. And now Gino wins it clean, and the linesman's going to blow it down to say that Alexander Wenberg was not ready. Okay. Gino and Wenberg. Wenberg uses his skate to kick it back to Leddy. Leddy around the boards to Eklund. Eklund chips into the Penguin zone. 6 seconds to go here in the first period. Chris Letang will gear down, go D to D to Carlson. Carlson sends it cross ice to Malkin. And that will end the first period. Not sure what the Penguins are complaining about here.
What if it was the second faceoff?
I'm not sure what they're... Did they think maybe there was too many men on the ice? But I'm not sure. The Penguins complaining there at the end. And that will conclude the first 20 minutes of play. Good period, really, for both teams. They both had some great chances. Jari was outstanding. And Alex Nedeljkovic was pretty steady down to our left for the Sharks. Shots 18 Penguins, 11 Sharks. Jay?
Yeah, I think you're right. Both goalies, they said a tandem here the last couple of years in Pittsburgh. Both came up big for the teams. Penguins, a lot of traffic, getting pucks in, getting the pucks to Nedeljkovic's crease. He was up to the task. And at the other end, I mean, Jari's just been on his game. He's had to face 3 or 4 grade A chances, having to go, he said, coming out to the top of his crease, coming right to left there and coming out with a purpose and taking the net away. And it's good to see. I think it's definitely the best that he has looked in his 3 starts.
We've seen this from Tristan Jari before. Usually when he starts well, he can really spin a web. He can really feed off of the confidence he can get early on in a game. And Tristan Jari was outstanding. Let's send it back to Paul Steigerwald, back to the studio. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, brought to you by S&T Bank.
With FedEx One Rate, you can ship to your student for a simple, predictable flat rate. Send a box full of home-baked treats that say, "Your father and I miss you." Or send a box full of instant noodles that says, "Your father and I would like you to stop asking us for money." Either way, one rate fits all. FedEx One Rate. 2-day shipping, one flat rate. Starting at $14.50. Visit FedEx.com/OneRate for details. Exclusions apply.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
When you're craving a savory snack that's energy boosting, nitrate free, high in protein, and full of flavor, you want the original Mr. Donair beef jerky. High quality protein, finest U.S. beef cuts, nitrate free, premium meat snacks, power play performance. Mr. Donair, proud to be the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
And welcome into our first intermission report, where the Penguins and San Jose Sharks are scoreless after one period of play at SAP Center in San Jose. Brian Metzer here with you. And when we look back over that opening 20 minutes of play, the teams exchanged chances. And I would say the old buddies, Tristan Jari and Alex Nedeljkovic, were the ones that had the most work in the period. They had to be solid, and both guys were on top of their game. Flopping around a little bit at times was Nedeljkovic specifically. He faced 18 shots, but he was able to stop them all. Jari faced 11 and was able to handle all of those. One of the toughest sequences for him came off the stick of William Eklund at 340 and 342. On the other end, Ned faced Ben Kindle at 1039 and 1040. Two great chances for the youngster, not able to cash in there thanks to the solid goaltending of the former Penguin Alex Nedeljkovic. And I saw the Penguins tweeted out just a short time ago, name the two players that have the highest shooting percentage in any Penguins history, and it was a shot of Jari and Ned together, nod to their goals that they scored when they were members of the Pittsburgh Penguins. When we come welcome back. We are going to catch up with Sheng Peng. He covers the San Jose Sharks for San Jose Hockey Now, San Jose NBC Hockey, all these different websites. He's all over the place, and he'll join us to talk about this game and a whole lot more right here on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Pittsburgh Penguins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Penguins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Penguins.
What are two things the Pittsburgh Penguins have in common with Cleveland Brothers Equipment Company? Hard work and dedication. If you're looking for heavy equipment, need a specific part, or want expert service, talk to the industry leaders at Cleveland Brothers, your local CAT dealer. We provide solutions and products for construction, landscaping, oil and gas, electric and industrial power, highway, and more. Let us help you score the winning goal. Visit www.clevelandbrothers.com to learn more.
This Pittsburgh Penguins moment is brought to you by the officers, members, and families of Local Union Number 5 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Our members have lived and worked in the region since 1897, providing all of the electrical and telecommunications needs of commercial, industrial, and residential customers. We offer a state-of-the-art training center that is second to none and internationally recognized. Local Union Number 5 of the IBW will be here to stand by you for all of your electrical installation needs today and well into the future. Our members show their hometown pride supporting the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Face-Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face-Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm scared of you guys.
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face-Off Inside the NHL. Watch now, only on Prime Video.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Coca-Cola and the new Coke Zero, founding partner of the Penguins. Now, back to the Penguins Live Intermission Report with Brian Metzer.
And welcome back into our first intermission report, where the Pens and Sharks are scoreless after one period of play in San Jose. Brian Metzer back with you, and now happy to be joined by Sheng Peng. He covers the Sharks for San Jose Hockey Now. He covers them for the Sharks on NBC Sports California. Sheng, thanks for being here, my friend. How are you tonight?
Very good. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm great. I really appreciate you hopping on. And I just wanted to start with the coach, Ryan Warsofsky. I know he's had to, you did a great piece talking about some discipline for a line, giving him a little bit of benching the other night. Your thoughts on how he has had to deal with that young core in San Jose, as well as his dealing with the veteran players in a short stint so far in San Jose?
I think that if you look at the big picture, and the big picture is that these players get better from day one of the season to the end of the season. I think generally he's done a good job of that. You look at last year, Will Smith, day one of last season, first month of the season, I think he had like 1 or 2 points.
Yep.
And then by the end of the season, he's a point per game player the last 30 or 40 games. Shakir Mukmadul, another example, guy who started off slow. By the end of the season, he was playing 20-plus minutes a night. So I think generally, if you look at that big picture, I think that Warsofsky has done a good job. So you look at, did bench Will Smith for a little bit of the last game in Utah, but it's all part of the big picture.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. I know a lot has already been talked about in regard to the time that Macklin Celebrini spent with Sidney Crosby at the World Championships, etc. But just your thoughts on how Sid, maybe just tying it back to the Penguins a little bit, has influenced him, and maybe being another generational talent arriving in San Jose. He looks pretty darn good from this side of the country, that's for sure.
Well, anytime you ask Macklin who his favorite player was when he was a kid, Sid is always up there in the conversation. Obviously, he also mentions other guys like Jonathan Toews and guys like that, but Sid is always at the top of that. Last year when the Sharks visited Pittsburgh and Macklin talked about taking a face-off against Sid, winning a puck battle against Sid. And for Macklin, that was one of the best moments of his young career up to that point. He couldn't believe that he had just won a puck battle against his hero, Sidney Crosby. And so to kind of see that young hero adoration from Macklin Celebrini has been sort of a charm of kind of watching him and Crosby together. And so, yeah, absolutely, like that's a through and through influence for Macklin Celebrini.
We are speaking with Sheng Peng from San Jose Hockey Now. A wonderful job by him covering the Sharks. When you look at this team overall, everyone thinks about Will Smith and Macklin Celebrini, but a guy I've had my eye on for a number of years, Sheng, is William Eklund. It seems like he's taken some steps forward and looks like he's finally coming into his own as a pretty solid NHL player himself. What are you seeing from him over the past season or so?
Yeah, I've seen William grow from, when I first met him when he was 19 years old and just been drafted, and he was stick figure thin, and to now, and just a lot more confidence with him, just how he carries himself on the ice. You can see it too, just his assertiveness on the forecheck, his assertiveness down low with the puck. And so, yeah, definitely, like, when you think of the Sharks, everyone always talks about Macklin and Will. But, yeah, if William Eklund's the guy you forget, that's a pretty good player to forget about.
Yeah, for sure. Before we go, we only have about 50 seconds or so. But a quick thought on Yaroslav Askarov finally getting the chance in the NHL. I know he has Ned there to help him as a backup, but I would say that he could be a pretty solid goaltender based on what we've seen in his young career.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he has the talent to be one of the best goalies in the league, but it has been a rough start from the first couple of games here for him. And so it's going to be a big challenge for him to kind of take this job, right, and take the starting job in San Jose. And it's not made easy by kind of a veteran defense that is not maybe its best days are past it. And so we'll see how he handles it, but it's going to be a big challenge for him to kind of take the ball and run with it.
Well, we'll be keeping an eye on him from Pittsburgh, that's for sure. Sheng, thank you so much for your time tonight. We'll do this again soon. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, anytime.
That is Sheng Peng. Find him over on Twitter at SHENG_PENG. When I come back, a couple last-minute thoughts on this game, and we'll do it next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Penguins theme nights are back at PPG Paints Arena, and this year they're bigger than ever. Fan favorites return, including Pucks and Paws, Star Wars Night, and Grateful Dead Night. Plus, we're adding exciting new nights you won't want to miss. Standout nights include Ugly Holiday Sweater Night, Mr. Rogers Neighborhood Day, Margaritaville Night, Country Night, and Peanuts Day. Ticket packages with exclusive gift with purchase are available now while supplies last. Check out the full lineup and secure your seats now at PittsburghPenguins.com/promotions. Penguin season presented by UPMC.
It takes real beer to quench real thirst, to give you real satisfaction. Iron City Beer is the perfect result of the skill and knowledge developed through 164 years in the business. Go on, grab one.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Keeping your home warm in the winter and cold in the summer, Mitsubishi Electric is a top manufacturer of heating and air conditioner products. And they're hiring. To elevate your career in engineering, project management, product assembly, and more, visit meppi.com/careers.
Here they come over the neutral zone to Rust. He shoots, he scores! Brian Rust with a goal. And you know what that means, folks? Rusty Shakes half off from Milkshake Factory.
You heard that right, Pittsburgh. Brian Rust here, letting you know that I'm bringing back Pittsburgh's #1 milkshake. Rusty's Shake is a rich chocolate shake with oven-baked brownies, crushed cookies and cream, and hot fudge topped with whipped cream and a chocolate 17. When you hear this, come down to the Milkshake Factory for half-off shakes.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh's entertainment destination. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now, back to the Penguins Live Intermission Report with Brian Metzer.
Penguins and Sharks are scoreless after one period of play at SAP Center out in San Jose. Brian Metzer here with you. And since we have a couple of moments, I wanted to just look at a couple of the stats for the individual players. You heard me talk about Macklin Celebrini with Sheng Peng. And through that first period of play, Sid's, I guess, biggest fan, as he called him, played just 4 minutes and 50 seconds. He did have a shot on goal. Last year, he and Will Smith tormented the Penguins in the games that they played. They looked so solid against the Penguins, just in the way they created. So we'll keep an eye on Max specifically to see if they can contain him and just control what he is doing on the ice. But William Eklund, I talked about the scoring opportunities that he had in the first period. He played 5 minutes and 35 seconds, had 2 shots on goal. He had 1 attempt blocked, that is. Penguins were way ahead in the faceoff dot, though. They were, I wouldn't call it way ahead. They went 6-4, but it was 60% of the draws that they did win. And Sidney Crosby held without a shot in that first period. We'll see if he can get it going. And when we look up and down, Evgeny Malkin, I heard the boys call his name quite a bit. He only had 1 shot attempt that is showing as blocked in the period. It seemed like he may have had 1 on net, but they didn't give it to him. Ben Kindle, though, the youngster, 4 shots on goal, 1 blocked in the period. He wasn't as hot in the faceoff dot as he typically is. He went 1 and 2, but he looks like a guy that is hungry for one. And I feel like if I was going to do a live bet with Rivers Casino, I might do it with Ben Kindle in mind, because he could be an anytime goal scorer. And you'll find that out next, because Jason Seidling, Phil Bork, second period action from San Jose, bringing it to you next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Discover the stars and sounds of Latin music's biggest year yet, and get ready for the Billboard Latin Music Awards with a channel featuring all the hits from this year's finalists: Bad Bunny, Karol G, and more. Plus, iconic tracks from past winners. The Billboard Latin Music Week channel. Direct from Miami. Now for a limited time on Channel 79 and the Sirius XM app.
We deliver the NHL.
Head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, Rod Brindamore. What's the mental approach to get to the dance?
Every year you start at the same spot as every team, right? Like you're at the bottom of the mountain. And when we get to that point, if we can, then we can knock down the final kind of stretch of highway we haven't been able to cover. So let's make the best out of every day and play our ass off every night and see what happens.
Sirius XM, NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
Hey, Jim Rome here. What's cracking?
Hi.
Hope you're enjoying the game. And when you're not taking in a game, find us on Sirius Channel 161, XM Channel 206. In fact, we'll be there every weekday afternoon, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you've got something you want to break down from this game, you know where to find us. Just make sure you have it taken. Don't suck.
Step your game up.
That has never changed. In fact, this show has never changed. We're just back home. And it's great to be there. Sirius 161, XM 206. See you there.
Join me, Ward Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM. Hockey lives here.
Suzuki sweeps it. There's a chance. Rebound, Caulfield shoots and scores.
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Everything is better on ice.
Goes his way in. Provorov cuts in and scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Welcome back to San Jose. Phil Bork here with Jason Seidling inside the Built by 84 Lumber broadcast booth. Pens and Sharks all knotted up at 0. Shots in the first period were 18-11 Penguins. And this face-off to start the second period is brought to you by number 1 Cochran. Sidney Crosby wins that face-off against Alexander Wenberg. And it's Parker Wolderspoon out of his own zone. Sends it cross ice to Sidney Crosby. Sid tries to go cross ice on the backhand to Raquel. That gets stopped by Eklund. And it's Wenberg in the neutral zone. Trying to find William Eklund. And that's intercepted by the Penguins. Now it's Carlson in his own zone, D to D, to Wolderspoon. Quick up to Rickard Raquel. Deflects it into the San Jose zone. And the Penguins get a clean change. And it's the Malkin line out here as Nick Leddy has the puck in behind the goal. I beg your pardon, that's Dmitry Orlov. Sends it up to the neutral zone. Anthony Mantha loses the puck. to Jeff Skinner. Mantha gets it back up to Brazeau. Brazeau takes a hit from Orloff, sends it to Mantha. Mantha has that puck stripped off his stick by back-checking Celebrini. Now it's Jeff Skinner in. And that's a great defensive play by Chris Letang as Jeff Skinner on a long stretch pass got in behind Letang. Skinner, a left-hand shot, Jay. One hand on the stick trying to fend off Letang. And when he went to try to go to the two hands on the stick, Letang with a little tug easily could have been called, but no call there on Letang.
Yeah, and partially I wonder too because Skinner kind of lost possession of it. So I wonder if that helped. Maybe the no call. Yep. If he has possession, maybe it's a different outcome.
That's a really good point. Just watching a reverse angle, it wasn't more of a tug, it's more of a shove by Letang into the right shoulder, and maybe that forced Skinner to lose the puck. Face-off one here by the Sharks. Shot from the point off the stick of youngster Sam Dickinson. Stopped by the Penguins. Another shot by Desharnais. That's blocked by Achari. Ryan Shea to the loose puck in the far corner. He turns it over to Dellandrea. Dellandrea to Desharnais. To Dickinson. His shot on Tristan Jarry. That's deflected in behind the goal. Ryan Shea taken out. The Sharks going to work here. It's Desharnais playing catch with Dellandrea. Dellandrea with the loose puck goes in behind the Penguins goal. He's pinched off. Good play there by Ryan Shea. Quick up here to Noel Achari. And Achari tries to go outside inside on Dickinson. Dickinson had none of it. And Desharnais with the support. The long stretch pass by Vincent Desharnais. And this will be icing. Vincent Desharnais, 10 games with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Here's one for you, Jay. He's gone 124 games without a goal. Before play started today, that was not the longest. The longest, when you woke up this morning, belonged to Josh Mahura for the Seattle team. He broke it today in overtime. The game-winning goal in Toronto to break his 135 games without a goal.
That is a great way and a great place to break that. Hopefully Desharnais doesn't break his, though. Let's get him. Great guy. Really, he was only here a month, and obviously he made a great impression in that time. He was a great guy.
Yeah, big body, good teammate.
Oh, really funny guy. Really good wit and humor.
There's a puck by Philip Hollander inside the San Jose zone, and the Sharks were able to get that away from Hollander into the neutral zone. D-to-D between Harrison Brunick, Caleb Jones. Now the Penguins on the break here. Hollander back to Jones. Jones gets to the slot, finds Brunick. Brunick to Kindle. Great chance by Kindle. Big save by Alex Nedeljkovic. Now it's the Sharks the other way. It's Misa in all alone. And did Jarry get a shoulder on that? The 2-on-1 out of nowhere. Michael Misa with an unbelievable opportunity to score his first NHL goal. And I think that Tristan Jarry just got a shoulder on that.
He might have got off of him and off the post.
Misa again, what a save by Tristan Jarry. Pushing off left to right, reaching back with the pad and the glove on top of each other, robbing Misa again from the slot area. The Sharks again on the forecheck here. Back to Leddy. Leddy goes D-to-D. Misa with another chance in the slot. Penguins are able to get that away from Michael Misa. Now the Sharks in the neutral zone. Quick up here, Brunick. Heavy on the stick on Kurashev. Strips Kurashev of the puck. Now the Sharks go for a change. Caleb Jones in his own zone. Retreats in behind the goal. Penguins forward swooping in the neutral zone. And that went off the skate of Ricard Raquel. Stopped in behind the goal by Nedeljkovic. Hard off the glass. And a quick out by Toffoli here. Toffoli finds Eklund. Eklund, pressured, loses the puck to Crosby. Sid through the neutral zone. Tries to go cross ice to Erik Karlsson. That hit a stick. And now it's a loose puck battle right in front of the scorer's desk. It's William Eklund. Around Karlsson. Approaches the goal. Tries to find Toffoli late. And it was broken up by Wolderspoon. Now Wolderspoon is stripped to the puck by Wenberg. In behind the goal. Penguins need to relieve the pressure here, and they do, but not enough. It's rammed right back into the Penguin zone by Orloff, and now the Sharks need a change. This will allow the Penguins to hopefully exit their zone. They do, but only briefly. It's the Sharks. Gaudette in the Penguins zone, in behind the Penguins goal. It's Wotherspoon, Carlson, back to Orlov at the left point. He goes D to D. That's Ferraro with a one-timer, easily stopped by Tristan Jarry. Puck into the corner. Good pressure here by the Sharks. And it's Carlson airmails it out to Brazeau, who is off to the races. Could not get to that airmail by Carlson.
Oh, but great, just the vision of Erik Karlsson there, just inches there from Spring and Brazeau.
Here's a shot by Chris Letang, the one-timer. Off the crossbar. There's lots of traffic in front on that one-timer by Chris Letang. Big Ben strikes one. Now it's back to Letang at the center point. He sends it to Brazeau. Down by the goal line. To Shea. His shot. Lots of traffic. Another big save there with traffic in front by Alex Nedeljkovic. And this will be icing against the San Jose Sharks. 14:32 to go in the second period. Penn 0, Sharks 0.
So the action is coming fast and furious at both ends. So the Sharks come out there the first 2 or 3 shifts of the period, hem the Penguins in their zone, force some turnovers. Michael Misa, not 1 but 2 great opportunities for his first NHL goal. Easily the best shift of his career thus far. But a good response here by the Penguins, coming back the other way, as Chris Letang had that one-time opportunity that went off the crossbar. And Nedeljkovic, he didn't know where the rebound was.
No idea.
Brazeau could not get there in time, but he had no idea.
I said this Chris Letang's whole career since 2005. I still don't think he realizes how hard he shoots the puck. A 50% little wind-up, little half wind-up on a one-timer by Chris Letang. When he puts it on net, it's just got an extra little spin and extra velocity on it than most defensemen. Here's Ben Kindle to a loose puck in the far corner, wheeling on top of the umbrella. Sends it to Jones. Jones to Tommy Novak. He puts it off the side of the net. Hollander first to the puck. He gets checked in the corner by Ferraro. Hollander back on that loose puck. On Orlov. Orlov trying to pin it on the yellow kickboard. Good job by Novak and Hollander to dislodge that puck. They get it back to the point to Harrison Brunick. Brunick to Jones. Caleb Jones wheeling, dealing to Kindle. Brunick and Kindle play catch. Kindle in behind the goal. Hangs on. Fresh body on the ice. That is Erik Karlsson. Karlsson looking for Novak. Finds a stick of Orlov. Orlov on the backhand. Just 9-irons it into the Penguin zone. It's Karlsson to Achari. And that hops over the stick of Noel Achari. And we will get a face-off inside the Penguin zone. Hey, Tuesday night, man. The Mega Millions jackpot. It's growing. It now has an estimated annuity of $650 million. That's $650 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds. It benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Don't forget, you got to be 18 or older. And please play responsibly.
You could do some damage with it if you win that.
I think it could support my habits for a little bit, Jay. I got a seat for you on the plane to Hawaii.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, you're right up front with me. Here we go. It's the Sharks dumping it in the Penguin zone. First to that loose puck is Erik Karlsson. Karlsson gets picked off by Delandria. Penguins, Lazat, and Dewar. They lose it. Sharks on the forecheck here. In behind the goal, it's Colin Graff. Sends it back to the point. Hard shot there from Sam Dickinson with no traffic in front. Covered up by Tristan Jarry, and we will take a break. 12:43 to go in the second period. Penn 0, Shark 0. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, brought to you by S&T Bank.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Pens fans, can you believe it? 20 legendary seasons of Crosby, Malkin, and Letang. And we're celebrating with 20 chances for you to win.
Malkin to Crosby, a duo that just won't quit. A power play goal.
It's the Big Three sweepstakes with bobblehead game tickets, autographed collectibles, and Penguins memorabilia up for grabs. The best part, every entry helps support the Penguins Foundation. Enter now at penguinsweepstakes.com. That's penguinsweepstakes.com. And let's go Pens.
Hey, Pens fans, Colby Armstrong here. As the official security partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, the local team here at Vector Security is committed to protecting homes and businesses throughout southwestern PA. They are headquartered here. Their families eat, shop, and go to school and church in our communities. So they have a vested interest in keeping the homes and businesses of our neighbors safe and secure. Visit vectorsecurity.com/pens for a free security assessment that will address your unique needs. That's vectorsecurity.com/pens.
Yeah, welcome back to San Jose. Pens and Sharks 0-0. Phil Bork here with Jason Seidling inside the Built by 84 Lumber broadcast booth. Shots on goal. Penguins have 20. Sharks have 15. Both goaltenders, Alex Nedeljkovic to our right and Tristan Jarry to our left, have been outstanding. As Alex Wenberg gets waived, and William Eklund will come in to take the draw against Sidney Crosby. Sid wins that faceoff back to Chris Letang, up to Brian Rust. Sid finds Sid through the neutral zone, finds Raquel. Raquel goes wide, drop to Rust, sends it in behind the goal. First to a loose puck is Ricard Raquel. Wheels out to the high slot, finds Chris Letang. Letang shot, scores! Sidney Crosby with a perfect redirect on a snapshot by Chris Letang. Slap me, silly Sidney. 1-0 Penguins.
Well, I'll tell you what, 290, you called this a couple minutes ago. You mentioned about Chris Letang and taking some off of it, and it does it right there. Just it kind of floats in that, floating towards Sid's stick. And has there been a better player in the history of the game at getting their stick on tips and just all the odd angles and from his butt and whatever? But just a regular tip there.
Here's what's crazy, Jay. Look where he deflects this puck from as we'll watch the replay right now. As Vincent Iorio is right in Sid's face. His stick is right across Sid's chest. And somehow, if you had to measure that out, we think about 5 feet to the left of Alex Nedeljkovic. He somehow gets a stick on it, and it just jumps over the left glove hand, short side over the shoulder of Alex Nedeljkovic to give the Penguins a 1-0 lead. Here come the Sharks. It's Ferraro with his shot on Tristan Jarry, and Jarry deflects that up into the screen.
And just watching it one final time here to just circle back to it, it's like a shooting deflection. I got the best look that I just saw there.
That's a great observation.
He deflected it, but he saw it. But he was using a shooting motion.
How?
There are not any other players who can do that.
How?
That's another one for the deflection highlight reel.
And a tip of the cap to you there, Sidney Crosby and Chris Letang. And wasn't that the spot right down there where Chris Letang scored his magical goal in the Stanley Cup final, assisted by Sidney Crosby?
I'm not going to lie, that's what went through my mind as I watched the puck hit the back.
Right in that same spot right there. Here's the Penguins on the forecheck. Connor Dewar gets it back to Caleb Jones. His shot just goes wide of Alex Nedeljkovic. Here come the Penguins. It's Connor Dewar to a loose puck. Harrison Brunick puts it in behind the goal. Vincent Darnay tips it to his defense partner, Sam Dickinson. Dickinson wheels out of his zone, gets it to the youngster, Macklin Celebrini. Celebrini tries to go cross ice to Jeff Skinner. Skinner put it to Celebrini, and Celebrini had a wide open net. Just couldn't find that loose puck. Harmless shot to Jarry. He can't control it. Celebrini and Skinner can't put a fork in it.
Fortunate again, puck bouncing a little bit. Celebrini not able to get his stick on that. Another nice back check right before that for Brazeau. That's twice here in this game he's gotten back in the slot.
Real responsible. Two-way player for the Penguins. Justin Brazeau. Here's the Penguins. Caleb Jones coming out of his zone. Up through the neutral zone. Turnover by the Penguins. Here comes Barclay Goudreau. And a shot blocked by the Penguins. Off the stick of Dellandrea. His wraparound attempt is thwarted by Erik Karlsson. Good forecheck here by the Sharks. As Tristan Jarry's lost his stick. That shot just put Jarry's sticks further in the corner. No way Jarry can get to his stick. Here's the Sharks. No stick for Jarry. It's Goudreau. tries to put it into the feet of Tristan Jarry. And Jarry kicks that out to Brazeau. Brazeau gets a center red, dumps it in. Jarry goes and gets his stick. 1-0 Penguins, 10:02 left here in the second period. And here's Hollander to Brunik. Brunik walks right in. He goes off the crossbar. Beat Alex Nedeljkovic. What a shifty little move that was. Here come the Sharks. Great chance there for Harrison Brunik.
It's kind of a broken play, too, that kind of set that Penguins take advantage of more sloppiness from the Sharks.
A nifty little pass by Hollander to find Brunik, and he walked it right down Main Street. Here's the Sharks. It's Misa. Misa, little drop pass to Smith. Smith stripped to the puck beautifully by Sidney Crosby out to the neutral zone, and it's Crosby now corrals a loose puck, gets it to Raquel. Raquel down to Crosby. Sid sends it back to the point to Chris Letang. Letang, hard pass to Ryan Russ. Russ to Letang along the goal line. He tries to find Raquel, and that is picked off by Ferraro. Ferraro airmails it out to Smith. Smith, a little outside-inside move on Shea. His shot goes wide. Good job by Shea to pick up the loose puck in behind the goal. Gets it to Chris Letang, rims it along the yellow kickboard, and it's kicked out to the neutral zone by Ricard Raquel. Sent right back in by Dickinson. Now Shea as the Sharks go for a change. 8:40 to go here in the second period. Pens 1, Sharks 0. Turnover here by Letang to Tyler Toffoli. Toffoli comes in. His shot goes off the stick of Letang. In behind the goal. First to the puck is Shea. Big hit there by Toffoli on Blake Lizotte. And Lizotte gets himself back up. Chips it out into the neutral zone. Once again, Dickinson right back into the Penguin zone. It's Shea. Beautiful outlet pass to Lizotte. Lizotte with speed. Comes to the neutral zone. Left shot, right side of the ice. Gains the zone. Waits for Carlson to come off the bench. Carlson to Wolderspoon. His shot off the waffle of Alex Nedeljkovic. Quick out here to William Eklund. Eklund gains the zone. Little crisscross play. Loses the puck to Connor Dewar. Dewar back to Wolderspoon. Wolderspoon with a stretch pass to Achari. I think that went off a San Jose Shark player. 7:40 to go. Pens 1, Sharks 0.
Puck dwindling quickly here. It's good pace here. Good pace. Both teams. It's really well played hockey game, I think, on both sides.
It really is. For me, the goaltending has been outstanding for both. But right now, it's the goal by Sidney Crosby. Deflection off a Chris Letang shot is the only goal we have in this game. And the Sharks again dump it in. Played by Jarry. Jarry to Wolderspoon. Wolderspoon to Mantha. Back to Wolderspoon. Carries the mail inside the Shark zone. Sends it to the front of the net. Looking for the stick of Brazeau. That's intercepted by Celebrini. Celebrini loses the puck to Harrison Brunik. Brunik to Wolderspoon. And this is going to be icing against the Penguins. 6:55 left in the second. Pens 1, Sharks 0.
Yeah, I think just one of those good games where you're just both teams doing a lot of good things. Like that's what you want to see. Sometimes it's not about one team tilting the ice or just somebody just have a good, well played hockey game. One thing I like seeing from the Penguins, you've seen some of the same guys that are finding the score sheet. The Ryan Sheas, obviously Gino with 7 points. Yeah. Just all the plays they're making and all the solid plays and how that's leading to them being rewarded. But just I think a couple things you said, like Ryan Shea, plays defensive stop. Ryan Shea, great outlet pass. Just the little plays.
I know it's such a cliche, but it really fits. Just do your job.
I think that's what this team is. That's how this team is constructed.
Just do your job and do it in such a way that the next level would be, if there's a breakdown, I'm doing my job like I'm supposed to, but I'm already thinking, if this happens, if this breaks down, I'm there to help also. Penguins in on the forecheck here. Ben Kindle in behind the goal. Oh, he finds Tommy Novak. Just passes too hard off the stick of Novak in the slot area. Now it's the Sharks coming the other way. Quick up there by Tristan Jarry. Finds Ben Kindle. Little drop pass by Kindle. Intercepted by the Sharks. And here's Harrison Brunik dumping it inside the Shark zone. Little D-to-D catch and pitch by Ferraro and Orlov. Orlov back to Ferraro. Ferraro dumps in the Penguin zone. Caleb Jones on the backhand. That puck is kept in by the Sharks. Hollander can't get it out. Kept in by Smith. And now good hustle there by Ben Kindle to get to that loose puck. Try to relieve the pressure, but too much on that pass by Kindle. It'll be icing.
You know, it's an icing call, but I like that. Ben Kindle again, he wins the puck bet on the boards.
Yeah.
You know, Hollander doesn't get enough to get it out there later on his shift. Yes, it's an icing call. Yes, the faceoff's back in the Penguin zone, but I like seeing the 18-year-old win the puck battle. I have no problem with that play.
Same. Now just win the faceoff. So it's Kindle.
Pick each other up.
Kindle and Misa.
Defenseman. Interesting to note that Orlov oftentimes plays the right side of the D, but they've got Ferraro over there tonight.
Yeah, it's been working out pretty well. Ferraro's got a couple opportunities to get that one time.
Orlov looking for the stick of Smith. That goes wide and behind Jarry. Harrison Brunick first to the loose puck. Spin move by Brunick. Sends it up the wall. He can't get it out. Pinch there by Ferraro. And there's Tommy Novak getting first to the loose puck. Gets it out to the neutral zone. Quick D to D by the Sharks. And here's a quick up here to Smith. Pump fake. Sends it back to a great back check there by Ben Kindle to eliminate that glorious chance on what looked like a 2-on-1, became a 2-on-2 because of that back check by Ben Kindle. Stick on stick on Misa.
Thought that was going to be a tap-in. Ben Kindle came out of nowhere. Great stick, leading with the stick. I mean, just textbook. And that's an 18-year-old. That if he wants to stay and play beyond the 9 game, he keeps making plays like that, he'll be here.
Those are the kind of plays that really get coaches' attention. It's great to score goals. It's great to get on the score sheet, but what really tips in your favor, can you do it on both ends of the ice at the National Hockey League level?
Especially late on the shift. That was a long shift for him. You know, he was still out there over from that icing.
Sure. There's the Sharks. Winberg hit into the boards by Shea. Now D to D. Letty with his shot. Looking for the stick of Winberg. That goes wide. Good, strong play by Ricard Raquel to get to that loose puck. And that was Tyler Toffoli that he gave the forearm shiver to.
I was going to say, that's not just any average player.
Yeah.
Tyler Toffoli is a thick player, long career, great career. 3 straight 30-goal seasons with 4 teams. I mean, he moves around a lot, but he produces.
Absolutely. 2-time Stanley Cup winner with the LA Kings. His wife is from this area. Just loves it here in San Jose. There's Chris Letang off the window to the neutral zone. 3:30 to go in the second period. Pens 1, Sharks 0. Ryan Shea tries to go off the wall. Kept in by Ferraro. Ferraro pinches down the wall. Really active here in the second period. Letang tries to clear. Lucky bounce for Chris Letang. That hopped over the stick of Orlov. He retrieves on the backhand. Quick up to Skinner. Skinner gets pinched off by Shea. Good support there by Achari. Achari can't clear. Turns it over to Skinner. Skinner walks it in. From the goal line, tries to go short side. Tristan Jarry expecting that from Skinner. Now it's Achari on the backhand. He can't get it out. Good forecheck, good pressure here by the Sharks. And Orlov, again, can't keep it in at the left point. Orlov delays in his own zone. End of a long shift here for Orlov. He turns it over to Letang. It's Brazeau now entering the zone. Walks one-handed around the goal. Hangs on. Gets support by Malkin. Malkin tries to go back to Mantha. That just hit a stick. Mantha all by himself in front of the goal. Good job there by Carlson using skate to stick. As Brazeau to Wolderspoon. His big shot sails over the stick. Over the glove hand of Nedeljkovic. And Nedeljkovic with no stick. Thinks about going to get it. Looks twice. Thinks I better not. 2:15 to go in the period. Now, as the Sharks enter the zone, Nedeljkovic retrieves his stick. It's the Sharks. Raff loses the edging, loses the puck. Brazeau tries to find Mantha. Alex Nedeljkovic way out of his goal. And now it's to Mantha. Oh my goodness. Mantha from the goal line. And somehow Nedeljkovic scrambled back. And now again, Nedeljkovic without a stick. He picks up and gets it. It's Brunick at the far wall. 1:40 to go in the second period. Penguins in a full court press here. And now it's the Sharks able to find a loose puck. It's Barclay Goudreau in the 2-on-1. Goudreau with a great chance trying to go 5-hole on Tristan Jarry. And Jarry shuts it down. Mantha uses his skate to get it to Caleb Jones. Jones to center ice. Good wheels by Jones to carry the mail. Get a clean dump in.
It was good by Jones to allow the guys, these other three players out there. Him and Brian Rust were fresh, but the other three needed to change badly.
That's reading the room. Sidney Crosby finds Brian Rust. Rust comes into the zone, and he got a... I don't think Brian Rust saw Tyler Toffoli coming off the bench. And if Toffoli wanted to, he could have sent Brian Rust into 15 rows deep.
If it was back in your day, he would be 15 rows deep.
Yeah, that was some professional courtesy there by Tyler Toffoli as the puck rolls in on Alex Nedeljkovic. 1:06 left in the second period. Pens 1, Sharks 0. You are listening to the Penguins Radio Network, brought to you by S&T Bank.
Your home for the biggest stories in the league is Sirius XM NFL Radio.
This is Kirk Morrison from the Sirius XM Blitz. As the leaves begin to turn, we will take a look at how some of the rookies are doing in the first half of the season.
You know, I spent a lot of time studying Jackson Dart. He's got a lot of confidence in his arm.
Plus, NFC title contenders face off on Monday Night Football with the Bucs and the Lions.
Fire them cannons! Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the Sirius XM app.
Experience the pinnacle of club soccer in the UEFA Champions League on Sirius XM FC. This is the place where legends are born.
Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Dynasties are built.
Real Madrid do what they do best.
And history is made.
It is a night to remember for Paris Saint-Germain.
Hear the top Champions League matches all season long on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
The best player analysts and insiders live on NHL Network Radio.
But the other thing that Connor McDavid has earned is he's earned a voice in what happens with the team. Where are you guys headed? What are you guys doing? I need to know, because he made it very clear in his comments, I want a chance to win and win again. That doesn't mean he gets final say. They need to listen to Connor McDavid. They need to express their views to Connor McDavid.
Get the latest opinion and analysis you need on the home of hockey, NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Welcome back to SAP Center in San Jose. Pens and Sharks. Sidney Crosby with the only goal in this hockey game, and he wins the draw. Back to Chris Letang. D to D to Shea. Shea trying to find Crosby down by the goal. And the Sharks first to the loose puck. It's Eklund. Eklund gains the zone to Winberg. Winberg with three Penguins around him. It's Raquel trying to go to Crosby. That pass does not connect. And it's Ferraro's shot. Goes off the end wall. Penguins were screaming that hit the screen in behind. And players know. So you just hope there's not a goal here. Eklund in behind the goal. And it's Shea heavy on Eklund. Russ heavy on Winberg. And the Penguins win that puck battle. It's Ryan Shea up the middle of the ice to Chris Letang. 16 seconds to go in the period. Letang out the pass to Rust. Rust finds Raquel. Raquel's wrist shot blocked by Leddy. Leddy finds Eklund. Eklund just gears down, waiting for Leddy to come late on the play. Cross-ice pass for Gaudette. Does not connect, and that will end the period. Great chances on both ends. Again, great goaltending on both ends, and a ridiculous deflection by Sidney Crosby. Good period, Jay.
Yeah, I think both coaches, they're going into the room here after 40 minutes. They're both telling their teams that I like what you guys have. Shots are even, score 1-0. We've had no penalties yet. Just good 5-on-5 solid flow game up and down the ice. Both teams getting chances. I mean, it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's the perfect hockey game. I obviously see Billy Evans going to overrate the game, but it's a good game. And I think it's like,
for a 1-0 game, we've got a lot of chances going back and forth. And once again, Tristan Jarry. This is some of the best we've seen of Tristan Jarry in a while. It's good to see Tristan and Alex Nedeljkovic. It's been an adventure at times, as it's been his time here as a San Jose Shark. But if nothing else, he's entertaining down at the end with the San Jose Sharks. Pens 1, Sharks 0. Let's send it to Brian Metz. You're listening to the Penguins. We're going to send it to break. Send it to break. We'll come right back to us as we owe you a break. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, brought to you by S&T Bank.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Oh, did you not see that insane play? Why are you on your phone right now?
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out the next move for my business.
Sounds like you can use an extra player on your team.
Yeah, like a business power play.
Well, whenever I use S&T Bank, it feels like they're my team of experts ready to help me score big. You should talk to a banker at S&T to learn more and get all the benefits of having an extra player on the ice.
When it's time to set up a winning strategy, S&T Bank will get you in the game. Stop by a branch today or visit stbank.com/PensRadio to learn more. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
Pens 1, Sharks nothing, as the Penguins' only goal scorer, Sidney Crosby, on a perfect deflection of a Chris Letang shot. To talk about that and more now, we will send it to Brian Metzer. You are listening to the Penguins Radio Network, brought to you by S&T Bank.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage, used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
It takes all of us to take action and bring awareness to create a better community and environment. Penguins Pledge brings together key Penguins business partners with a common goal to create a more environmentally conscious community. Our Penguins Pledge champion partners PPG, US Steel, EQT, Wesco, Indra Energy, and Coca-Cola are all committed to a better and more sustainable Pittsburgh. Learn more at pittsburghpenguins.com/Penguins Pledge.
Looking for the ultimate getaway? Stay and play at the Landing Hotel at Rivers Casino. Whether you're here for a weekend escape or a midweek retreat, we've got everything you need under one roof. Wake up refreshed in one of our stunning rooms and head straight to the action, just steps away from the casino floor. Enjoy a variety of gaming, dining, and entertainment, all just outside your door. Visit riverscasino.com and book your stay today. Experience the best of both worlds at the Landing Hotel at Rivers Casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's crunch time. The Shop and Save Tailgate Zone giveaway is happening right now until December 21st. Grab game day snacks that bring the energy and enter for your shot to win a free tailgate party valued up to $450. Just head in store, find the Tailgate Zone signs, and scan the QR code to enter online. One tailgate party is given away every week. Submit an entry each week to be eligible. Shop, save, enjoy life. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. See store for official rules.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
Penguins 1, Sharks nothing after 2 periods of play at SAP Center in San Jose. Brian Metzer here with you, and that's right. The Penguins got the first goal of this hockey game off the stick of the captain, Sidney Crosby, getting his third of the season with one of his vintage deflections, putting in a Chris Letang shot in behind Alex Nedeljkovic. Ricard Raquel with the secondary helper on that. It came at 7:35. Tons of chances for the Pens throughout the period, but only one to show for it. They were outshot in the period, though, 11-5. And for the game now, they trail the Sharks 23-22, or they're out shooting the Sharks 23-22. When we come back, Hockey Talk with Phil Bourque. Stick here with us on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer.
Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Face Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm scared of you guys.
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face Off Inside the NHL. Watch now, only on Prime Video.
This is Labatt, brewed for the hockey fans who yell, shoot it from the cheap seats, and scream, ref, you suck, like it ever worked. You pound on the glass, spill your beer, and still act like you're running the power play. But hockey wouldn't be hockey without fans like you and a Labatt in hand. Labatt, we're brewed for the roast. Enjoy responsibly. Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York.
Visit Pizza Roma for $3.50 Labatt Blue drafts during all Penguins games.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
Penguins ahead of the Sharks 1-0 after 2 periods of play in San Jose. Brian Metzer back here with you and now joined by my good buddy, the old 2-9er Phil Bourque, who is again doing a great job calling this hockey game. Borky, wonderful job calling the Sid goal. I just love that you're getting some goal calls because they're not scoring a lot. You got in the slap me silly Sydney, and I wanted to give you props for it.
Thank you. And this building is special here for multiple reasons.
For sure.
Because it's the closest to Sacramento, the hometown of the late, great Mike Lang. And so, when I was here last time and I said, Sid, it was ironic that Sid scored, and I was also doing play-by-play last time we were here in San Jose. But last time we were here, I was, able to call Mikey and kind of get his blessing on getting the Fast Lane Grandma, the bingo games ready to roll. One of my favorite calls, and also I know it was from Mikey because his grandmother was so special to him that lived into her hundreds. That goal call had a lot more meaning behind, just a Mikey saying. It was kind of my little, chef's kiss, if you will, to Mikey, right? Who I know is looking down, just giggling, listening and watching me do play-by-play.
It was a great homage, my friend, and I guarantee you he's so proud of you these last few days and the multiple times you've been pressed into action lately. So I appreciated it, and I know he is looking down with appreciation as well. Speaking of appreciation, we got to talk about Ben Kindle a little bit. You and I talked about him about a week ago, right? But, just talk about this kid. He looks like he is a grizzled vet, just the way he plays the game.
Just before I put the headset on, I was talking with Jason Seidling and Colby Armstrong. That was our whole conversation of he might be our best forward. He might be our best player. Him and Tristan Jarry tonight. He's all over the ice. That back check was incredible on the 2-on-1 on Michael Misa after the youngster Will Smith just pump fake for what seemed like an hour, waiting for Misa to get to the back door. It looked like a tap-in. So not only on the defensive side, even if that never happened, he's still the best player, best skater on the ice. He's just been around the net. He's using his speed, his smarts, his quickness. He's just so noticeable, as well as Harrison Brunick, really. But Ben Kindle, who you asked me specifically about, he's a player that just keeps on, his play keeps on saying, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to go back to the Western Hockey League. I like charter planes. I like 5-star hotels. I like the meal money up here. I want to stay, because that's what this play is saying to me.
Oh, I'm totally there with you, my friend. And if anything, if you have to send him off, I'd be okay with a trip to the World Juniors potentially, because I think that can happen and he can still come back maybe. So maybe that. But he's got to stay here in Pittsburgh. I agree with you, and I'm sure he loves all of that stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, because, you still have Kevin Hayes, and Kevin Hayes was out skating this morning, and so you hate to say, there is a business side to it, but there is a business side of it. There are economics, to that. But he's making that decision every time he plays, Mets.
Yes, he is.
He makes it harder and harder. So all of a sudden you stop thinking about the business side. You stop thinking about other veteran players like Kevin Hayes coming back, and you're just like, we got to find a spot for this kid. He's making that decision. This is exactly what you want. And this is what Jordan Stahl did, right? Back in 2006.
No doubt.
He made that decision so hard that you're like, just no way. This guy deserves to go back to Peterborough in the Ontario Hockey League. Just like Ben Kindle doesn't deserve to go back to the Calgary Hitmen, but you never know.
Yep, completely agree, Borky. Thank you for this. Have a great third period, and I'll see you in person on Tuesday.
Sounds good, pal. Look forward to talking to you and being home, and Pens Canucks on Tuesday.
Yes, sir. Yep, that is the old 2-9er Phil Bork. When I come back, a quick thought on the game and back to the boys. You'll get it all next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
It takes real beer to quench real thirst, to give you real satisfaction. Iron City Beer is the perfect result of the skill and knowledge developed through 164 years in the business. Go on, grab one.
We celebrate the brave, the powerful, pink ribbon wearers and supporters who turn the fear and uncertainty of a breast cancer diagnosis into strength and hope. At UPMC, we're here to support you with screenings, compassionate experts, and innovative therapies, because we know that sometimes you just need someone by your side through every step of the journey. Learn more at upmc.com/breast cancer awareness.
The Pittsburgh Penguins and Mitsubishi Electric have teamed up to transform the game day experience with the new state-of-the-art Diamond Vision video display system. See this display in action and find out why they are known as the makers of amazing by visiting MitsubishiElectric.com today.
Looking for a delicious power play off the ice? Download the GetGo app and get a free 6-piece order of juicy all-white meat chicken nuggets, plus a dipping sauce of your choice. Or are you craving something that could satisfy the appetite of a Penguins player after sudden death overtime? Good news, the Pilgrim is served. Gobble up the traditional holiday favorites of roasted turkey, tangy cranberry, savory gravy, and crispy tots piled high on delicious stuffing bread for a limited time. GetGo, the official convenience store of the Pittsburgh Penguins. This segment of the Penguins Live Intermission Report is brought to you by Smith's Hot Dogs, proud sponsor of the Penguins, and official hot dogs at BBG Paints Arena.
Penguins ahead of the Sharks 1-0 after 2 periods of play at SAP Center. Brian Metzer back here with you, and I just wanted to mention one more time, that was such a great homage to Mike Lang that Phil Bork gave us all with the Slap Me Silly, Sydney, and just in Mikey's home state, too, as you heard him talk about. Just great stuff there. And if you missed it, it's out on Twitter at Penguins Live. I retweeted it as well at Brian_Metzer. When we come back here, you will get third period action from San Jose with the old 2-9er and Jason Seidling. You get it next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The pop is true. I'm a sucker for you. The drops. The bars and the riffs that defined a decade. Pop hits from the 2010s, the 10 Spot, Channel 11, and at home with the SiriusXM app on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices.
Under review.
And stop
making excuses for bad goaltending. And is it bad? Is it horrendous? If you don't win because you don't make a save or two, yeah. The nature of it is the goaltender is responsible for 90% of the action. He's got to stop the puck. Why do we keep making apologies for goaltending? Stop it.
Under Review with Mick Kern, 11 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app. The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
Winnipeg Jets head coach Scott Arniel. Has that number changed with the Olympics compressed schedule for Connor Hellebuck?
He keeps pushing for 82 games, certainly with this year and what's kind of going on. It is something that we seriously have to look at, and if we want to play well into June and to make that run to the Stanley Cup, I need a guy that's going to be able to be fresh for that whole stretch.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Experience the pinnacle of club soccer in the UEFA Champions League on Sirius XM FC. This is the place where legends are born.
Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Dynasties are built.
Real Madrid do what they do best.
And history is made.
It is a night to remember for Paris Saint-Germain.
Hear the top Champions League matches all season long on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
The perfect fit.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Here's the tang.
24/7
goal. He missed the target.
Sirius
Draisaitl back the other way for the winners. Draisaitl scores.
Welcome back to San Jose, SAP Center. Phil Bourque here with Jason Seidling. Penguins have a 1-0 lead over the Sharks. Jay, anything in particular you want to see the Penguins do here with a 1-goal lead going into the third period to wrap up a 3-game road trip?
Yeah, just play smart. Play what we've seen for the most part since opening night. You think back to opening night in New York. Penguins took a 1-0 lead in. They outshot the Rangers 15-5. Just shut the door down on them. Got the 2 empty net goals and kind of set the tone for the good start here to the season. But just play within the structure and the system. And we talked about they've been rolling the lines over. Pretty much every guy's kind of bringing it, giving them something. Just play good structural hockey. I mean, really simple. Like, keep it simple. And a lot of it, was that last year or the year before where we'd blow out with how many 2-goal leads would we blow in the third period?
I think both last year and the year before. You're right. No, but it's situational hockey, right? That you have to be able to read the play here, that you don't have to pinch, you don't have to gamble. Just play really strong, structured hockey. Listen, the Sharks are desperate for a win. They're the only team in the league that don't have a win. You know they're going to go for it. You know they're going to open up. You're going to get your chances, but you have to play structured defensive hockey.
And you saw a little bit of that. The Sharks with the 11-6 advantage in that second period. Penguins do get the goal, an amazing goal by Sidney Crosby. Great goaltending by Tristan Jarry. And see what we have here.
This third period face-off is brought to you by number 1 Cochran, and it's won by Sidney Crosby. Penguins send it to the neutral zone where the Sharks are able to corral it. And it's Carlson. Not real happy with that turnover there.
Good thing it's almost midnight.
Almost midnight. And now it's Carlson pinching down the wall in the offensive zone. Sends it right through the crease, wide, and clears the zone for the Sharks. Penguins will get a change here as Parker Wotherspoon, the lone skater from the opening faceoff, stays on the ice, carries the mail, gets it up to Brazeau, and Wotherspoon is able to change cleanly for Chris Letang. Malkin chips it in behind the goal. Desharnais turns it over to Brazeau. And now the Sharks try to clear. And Chris Letang gloves it down, bumps it back into the Sharks zone. It's Dickinson up to Celebrini. Celebrini closed off by Letang. Out to the neutral zone it goes. Back to Chris Letang. Glove to stick. He sends it back into the Sharks zone. I don't want it. You take it. You take it. I don't want it.
Little volleyball action, back and forth there. But one stat I saw this morning that I didn't really think of offhand, but the Penguins coming into the day here 3 goals against in the third period. That was the 4th lowest in the National Hockey League. So, again, I think we've seen it for the most part. And the other night, they outscored the Kings 2-0. So, just keep this. That's the trend you need. That's what good hockey teams do. Yeah. Let's see that. I think you see it. Last couple of times the Sharks come back. 3 guys back. I mean, it's a great start here, this first couple shifts.
Well, that's structure. You need to have a game plan on how you're going to play it in the third period with a 1-goal lead and a commitment to said structure. And the Penguins have done that. Ryan Shea in behind his own goal. Finds Blake Lizotte, tape to tape. Lizotte gets on his horse. Takes a big hit from Dellandrea. Could not dump that puck in. Now it's Letang. Sends it off of Iorio. His glove. Straight to his D partner, Nick Leddy. Leddy to Dellandrea. Around the goal. Might have caught the pad of Chris Letang, throwing him off balance. Dellandrea tried to go cross ice. Kept in by Iorio to Jones. Then the defenseman quick up to Ben Kindle. Kindle just lets it go off his stick into the Shark zone. And it's Dickinson trying to go up the middle of the ice to Kurashev. That errant pass will bring us an icing against the Sharks. And this faceoff will come back. It'll be to the left of, make it to the right of Alex Nedeljkovic.
I know we've talked about it here, just he's getting off the ice for another good shift there, good play there by Ben Kindle, hard on the forecheck, but what a great first 2 periods getting back into the lineup. And Coach Muse talked today about how he understands video concepts and learns quickly, and he's showing it here tonight.
Face-off win here by the Sharks right to Alex Nedeljkovic. He'll cover up for another face-off.
I was going to say, the next time that they have video, I feel like you're going to see a lot, the rest of the guys are going to see a lot of Ben Kindle plays.
Absolutely.
And that includes that back check that we talked about there on Misa there in the second period.
Yeah, I also heard the comments from Harrison Brunick that said when he sat out, he watched Letang, he watched Carlson, the right-hand shooting veteran defenseman, just to how they go about their business from up top. He wasn't just eating hot dogs and popcorn. It was classroom for him when he sat out. There's a D-to-D pass that's broken up, and look out here. Here comes William Eklund on the clear-cut breakaway, and he airmails it over Tristan Jarry. What a chance for William Eklund. And Jarry comes charging out of his net on the dump-in to make sure that doesn't short-hop him. And covers up for a face-off to his left. What a chance there for William Eklund.
Penguins kind of get sucked up ice. Eklund gets behind Brunick, but lets it go from the slot, but missed the net by 3 feet.
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot.
Yeah, it was not close. That's what you're the Sharks again. You're 0-2-2. You hit the net. Give yourself a chance.
It was good hustle there by Caleb Jones. Do you think that maybe Eklund spotted Jones and maybe rushed his shot a little bit because he felt Jones was about to close in?
For sure. Great. And that's Caleb Jones. He's quietly having another great game.
Yeah. That's such a compliment to a player like Caleb Jones to say quietly. That means he's doing all the little things right. There's a forecheck here by Achari, stripping the youngster Dickinson of the puck. There's this fourth line going to work. They're going to play a major role. The Penguins are going to bring this one home in a 1-0 lead. You got 16:35 left in regulation. And the Sidney Crosby goal has the Penguins up 1-0 here in San Jose. It's now Erik Karlsson backpedaling in his own zone. Tries to go off the wall to Brazeau. Brazeau trying to go cross ice to Malkin coming late. Gino swooping, tries to go back to Brazeau. Hits a stick of Smith. And now it's the Sharks on the 3-on-2. Will Smith gets stripped to the puck. That's an outstanding play there. And now the Penguins going the other way. As Brazeau, that's Mantha trying to find Brazeau. Intercepted by the Sharks. It's Smith. Sends it up to Kurashev. His shot gets blocked in behind the Penguins goal. Malkin on the backhand. Samantha turns it over to Will Smith. Good recovery there by Chris Letang. Get it up to Brazeau, and out the zone it goes to the neutral zone.
Great shift by Chris Letang. A couple good defensive plays. Good stick work.
Active stick, yes. There's the Sharks. Misa in. Great back check there by Tommy Novak. And that was on Kurashev, taking a pass from Misa in prime shooting real estate.
The last 2 or 3 shifts, the Penguins, they get a little loose here. They got to tighten things back up.
There's Kindle up to Novak. Novak gets his feet moving. Fends off Misa, back to Kindle, his backhand wide, off the end wall. First to the loose puck is Novak. Wins that puck battle, sends it near side to far side to Kindle. Kindle sends it to fresh body Brian Rust. Now it's the Sharks on a quick up here. The curl and drag by Colin Graff. Outstanding defensive play there by Harrison Brunick. Couple quick shifts here by the Sharks on the odd man breaks. And now it's, again, I don't want it, you take it, I don't want it in the neutral zone. Finally, Wotherspoon puts a fork in it. He can't get it inside the Shark zone. Nick Leddy to Toffoli on the backhand, chips it in, first to the puck with Wotherspoon, takes a hit from Eklund. As Leddy keeps it in at the left point. To Toffoli, his shot might have hit a stick. It looked like Tristan Jarry was fooled on that. Goes over the net.
Yeah, I don't think Jarry saw that one as well. You just kind of tell by the way he reacted.
Yeah. If it's on the net, it's probably in as it changed directions. Here's Leddy waiting for his forwards to come back. It's Celebrini. Tries to go off the wall to Jeff Skinner. Doesn't connect. Connor Dewar out to the neutral zone. And Celebrini tries to send Gaudette on his way at the far blue line. Stick on puck by Ryan Shea. Up to the crowd, and that sends us to our first break. Pens 1, Sharks nothing. 13:52 left in the third period. You are listening to the Penguins Radio Network, brought to you by S&T Bank.
Now through October 31st, SiriusXM is giving away a pair of tickets to every MLB postseason game through the World Series. Listen to MLB Network Radio for the clues to be the first caller to correctly name the postseason hero. You'll receive a pair of tickets to an MLB postseason game. MLB Network Radio has your chance to win on SiriusXM 89 in the SiriusXM app. No transportation will be included in connection with these prizes. For full contest information and official rules, visit SiriusXM.com/MLB Postseason Heroes 2025. No purchase necessary. Open only to current SiriusXM subscribers prior to September 19th. You must be a U.S. resident over the age of 18.
Experience the pinnacle of club soccer in the UEFA Champions League on Sirius XM FC. This is the place where legends are born.
Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Dynasties are built.
Real Madrid do what they do best.
And history is made.
It is a night to remember for Paris Saint-Germain.
Hear the top Champions League matches all season long on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
Nothing puts you closer to the action than Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
St. Louis Blues General Manager Doug Armstrong, Alex Steen, speak to where that's at, the succession plan. And
he is going to be the manager after this season. You have to know when your expiration date is with the group. And I think it was time to be honest with myself that the organization itself needed to change. And we're excited to have Alex ready to take over.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91.
Welcome back to San Jose with the Pens lead 1-0. Hey fans, the Hall of Fame game is coming up October 25th versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. Come celebrate the return of the Penguins Hall of Fame on October 25th against those Jackets. This season's inductees include Scotty Bowman, Ron Francis, EJ, Eddie Johnston, and Kevin Stevens. Get your tickets today at PittsburghPenguins.com. Blake Lizotte against Macklin Celebrini. Celebrini wins the faceoff, and into the Penguin zone it goes. Ryan Shea tries to go up the wall to Noel Acciari. Acciari's third effort, finally wins that puck battle. Tries to spring Lizotte, picked off by Leddy. Leddy to Skinner. Skinner enters the Penguin zone, tries a spin move and stripped of the puck by Acciari. And that allows the Penguins to get a wholesale change. Leddy carrying the mail up through the neutral zone. Slowly gains the zone, turns it over. It's Malkin to Shea. Shea in behind the goal. Takes a hit from Gaudette. Able to get it to Malkin. Malkin up to Mantha. To Letang to Malkin. Gino weaves his way across the blue line. Gets it over to Anthony Mantha. And Mantha with a quick release. He shoots and scores. And the Penguins have a 2-0 lead on a beautiful passing play between Evgeny Malkin.
Brazeau there as he steps around
Justin
celebrating, steps right around celebrating, not tough, not as strong as you'd want. The Sharks would want him to be on that. Brazeau gets to the inside, creates the 2-on-1, and then Mantha finishes from there. Mantha quietly had 4 shots. This time he buries it. We've been talking about. We want to see Mantha, the first kind of a weird fluky goal in Anaheim. Yeah. See him just bury one. He does right there. But again, that play starts in the way the Penguins break it out of the zone.
Absolutely.
Defending in triangles, they get out with speed, and it results in a goal.
Just an outstanding play by Evgeny Malkin to kind of set the dominoes in motion. And here's a chance for the Sharks right in front. And they can't finish off the stick of Eklund. And now it's Wenberg to Ferraro in the high slot. That's Eklund with another chance, and that is blocked by Harrison Brunick. And Brunick is in a lot of pain here. And the referee is telling Brunick, if you need to go off, I'm going to give you all the professional courtesy you need. He's going to take that and go to the bench. And that's a big block there after the Penguins make it 2-0 on the Mantha goal. Right back come the Sharks. And William Eklund lets one fly, and it's blocked by Harrison Brunick.
And Eklund can shoot a puck, and it catches Brunick because he turned. It catches the back of the hand where you just don't have that any padding.
Face-off win here by the Sharks in the Penguin zone. It's Crosby and Carlson down low. Carlson, and that's Toffoli from the goal line, puts it right into Tristan Jarry. Jarry, stand-up save on Orlov with the blocker. Orlov again with the shot with traffic in front. That one's fought off by Tristan Jarry. Into the corner it goes. And Crosby Murphy dumps it out to the neutral zone. A lot of pressure here, Jay. Right since the Mantha goal, the Sharks bounce right back, trying to get back in the game, down 2-0.
And it is what you'd expect. Again, you said 0-2-2, and here they are now trailing by 2 again. You're going to see a lot of it. You said the Penguins just stay within their structure. They're going to get chances. They're going to get chances because the Sharks, they need this one.
Here's Hollander on the backhand. Finds Tommy Novak from the goal line, spins and throws it into the blue paint. Stopped by Wenberg down to one knee. He gets to center red, dumps it in the Penguin zone. Chris Letang takes a heavy hit from Will Smith, stays with it. Nice outlet pass to Ben Kindle. He's pressured, and he sends it to Parker Wolderspoon. Wolderspoon in his own end. Out to Tommy Novak. Novak bumps it back to Wolderspoon. D to D to Letang. Letang back to Wolderspoon. Finally comes out of his own end to Lazat, to Achari. Achari gets it in deep. And it's Dewar to the loose puck. Dewar to the point to Ryan Shea's quick shot off the laces of Noel Achari. That hurt Achari. And the Sharks. Good, Jay.
Yeah, no, he's still favoring it there on the bench.
Yeah.
He's so good at blocking shots, he's blocking his own teams. But he's a warrior. He'll be back out. He is such a warrior, such a throwback.
Here's the Sharks. Iorio out of his own zone to Wenberg. Wenberg, not much on that dump in. To Brunick, right back out there, Harrison Brunick. Brunick in a puck battle with Wenberg. Won by Wenberg. He comes out from behind the goal. Sends it to Iorio. His quick wrist shot deflected. And that's Eklund. Eklund has been all over the ice here. Just cannot find the net. Iorio with a quick wrist shot with traffic in front. And that one, trying to go 6-hole on Tristan Jarry, is squeezed by Jarry to keep it 2-0 Penguins.
Yeah, I agree with you, 2-9. You don't get a chance to see William Eklund all that much. Obviously, we only see them twice a year. And he's definitely been their best forward here tonight.
And with that save by Tristan Jarry, you know where that brings us? It brings us to the Night Owl Club. Welcome! Welcome, all you lunatics staying up listening to us. Whether you're in your car, in your truck, your first responders. Maybe you're at home. There you go. Welcome to the Night Owl Club, everyone.
I like that. And real quick on that, Evgeny Malkin got the secondary assist on that Anthony Mantha goal. That moves him up into a tie with Brendan Shanahan for 28th place on the NHL's all-time points list with 1354. So congratulations to Gino. Moving on up.
Here's the Sharks. Offensive zone face-off. They win. Wrist shot from Orloff off the blocker of Jari. Puck retrieval by the Sharks. Throw it at the net, stopped by Carlson. Kicks it up to Raquel. Raquel turns it over to Ferraro, who can't keep it in at the blue line. And with that offside, we will go to break. Goals by Sidney Crosby and Anthony Mantha give the Penguins the 2-0 lead here in San Jose. You are listening to the Penguins Radio Network, brought to you by S&T Bank.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
Get your business in the game with Glass Mirror Fuel. We supply gas, diesel, propane, and other fuels for businesses throughout Western and Central PA. We even loan tanks and pumps. Call 800-235-9054 or visit glassmirror.com. Your power play for fuel.
Hi, Joe Stefka here for NSS Life. For well over a century, we've been providing a smarter, more affordable way to deliver financial security for families across America.
And hi, this is Phil Bork. NSS Life is a great company that continues to offer charitable, social, and educational opportunities. Plus, their annuities ensure that your money is safe and grows every single day.
NSS Life, where family matters.
Welcome back to the SAP Center at San Jose, 9:48 to play. The Penguins leading 2-0. And as we get back to play, Phil Bork and I would just like to congratulate Dan Potash. Tonight, his 25th anniversary of working Pittsburgh Penguins hockey games. There's no better human being, no better ringside reporter in the National Hockey League than Dan Potash.
Isn't it fitting the boy from Beverly Hills, California, out here on the Cali trip, celebrating 25 years. Congratulations, Dan. Let's get you the W now. Right on the doorstep, it's Tristan Jarry. 1, 2, 3 whacks by Barclay Goodrow. And Tristan Jarry said no way. As Goodrow on the doorstep cannot get that past Tristan Jarry. He finally pins his left hand on top of that puck to keep it 2-0 Penguins.
Yeah, Goodrow got a couple whacks in there before Parker Witherspoon was able to recover and allows Tristan Jarry to hold on to that puck. But also, I feel like maybe, we're close to Sacramento. Maybe Mikey, right now we're talking about Danny just tickling his ear or doing something to mess with him. Yep. Nobody loved messing. Everybody messes with Dan. Mikey really knew how to rib him.
I'm smiling like a butcher's dog right now. Here's the Sharks in the offensive zone. William Eklund. Pressured by Chris Letang behind the goal. It's Wenberg. Little shake your big move. Taken out by Ryan Shea. Great play by Ryan Shea. To not fall for those moves by Wenberg. Take the body. And the Penguins are able to get it inside the Sharks zone. Fourth line goes to work here. Lizotte, Achari, and Dewar. And it's Achari and Lizotte. Now Dewar in the far half wall. Penguins win that loose puck to Letang. Letang goes D to D to Ryan Shea. His shot blocked by Toffoli. Goes to the far corner where it's hunted down by Blake Lizotte. Change here as Raquel comes on, fresh body. Now Crosby comes on for Lizotte. Penguins getting a full line change here while maintaining puck control in the offensive zone. Now it squirts out to the Sharks, and it's Wenberg. Wenberg gains his own to Toffoli. He whiffs on his shot, stays with it, gets it to the point to Orloff. Orloff to Ferraro. His dribbler into Tristan Jarry with traffic in front. with Tyler Toffoli on the doorstep, and Tristan Jarry finds that bouncing puck, covers up for a face-off to his right.
I wonder, Brooke, I'd ask you, as someone who obviously played this game for a long time, but for Chris Letang, so he gets on the score sheet, sets up the Crosby goal. So like since then, really stepped up his defensive game. I mean, you say Toffoli whiffed on that, but part of why is just he's up in his grill. And I just feel like over the last 40 minutes, since that goal, we've seen the Chris Letang we're used to seeing.
Yeah, you know Chris Letang well behind the scenes, but nobody's harder on Chris Letang than Chris Letang. And he knows when he quite doesn't have it. Shot here goes wide against Tristan Jarry, hunted down by the Sharks. Another long shot there by Graff. I beg your pardon, that's Gaudette from the center point. Blocked by the Penguins. They get to the loose puck and they send it back into the Sharks zone. 7:45 to go in regulation. Penguins 2, Sharks nothing. It's the Sharks chip it into the Penguin zone. Gaudette hard on the forecheck. Sidney Crosby, Jeff Skinner. You got Harrison Brunick in there. And the Penguins again win a puck battle. But Brian Rust can't keep it out. Celebrini from the point tries to walk it in. And it's Brian Rust who's going to get called for a slash. And I don't like this penalty, as I felt that Celebrini was falling forward anyways.
Number 71, 2 minutes.
And Brian Rust with you as he goes into the box.
I know I'm watching a replay here. There was a pretty good chop. Stick on stick. It wasn't necessarily the hands, but once Celebrini felt that stick on stick by Brian Rust, the puck was already getting away from him. And as he was reaching for it, he kind of fell forward, went down really easy. So, first penalty of the game.
It's been a well-played game. Obviously, all 5-on-5. So this is one area where the Sharks have had success this season. They are 5 for 16 coming into the day. That was third best in the NHL. 2 of their 3 goals last night came on the power play.
We'll go 4 forwards, 1 defenseman. That 1 defenseman will be Dmitry Orlov. Face-off win by the Penguins, but puck win by the Sharks. It's Orlov from the far half wall. Walks it out to the center point. To Will Smith. Smith sends it down to Toffoli. Tries to go backdoor to William Eklund. And he gets a piece. And now it's backdoor to Toffoli. And he also sends it wide. So 2 backdoor plays by the Sharks. 1 to Eklund. 1 to Toffoli. And neither one can put it in the net.
Well, those are close. You don't want to see teams going through your box that easily.
There's Macklin Celebrini flying through the neutral zone. Pressured by the Penguins. Sends it in behind the goal to Will Smith. He's pressured by Ryan Shea. Puck battle here. Lazat turns it over to Will Smith. He sends it to Celebrini. On the backhand, he sends it down to Toffoli. Great job by Ryan Shea to not give Toffoli any time there. Again, aggressive penalty killing here by the Penguins against the Sharks. They win the puck battle, and this time it's Parker Witherspoon. Gets just enough on it to get it down 200 feet.
And he got that quick second to get it because Ryan Shea just flipped over the stick to give him the puck.
There's the Sharks again sending it in the Penguin zone. It's Chris Letang. Heavy on Misa. Misa turns it over, and now the Penguins corral the puck. They turn it back. It's Connor Dewar sending it to Caleb Jones. Jones up to Letang. Letang puts it back into the Sharks zone. 5:40 to go in regulation. Penguins with a 2-0 lead. Sam Dickinson carrying the mail now. Drop pass to Wenberg. Wenberg weaves his way into the Penguin zone. Stutter step move. Finds some time and space. He's pinched off by Jones. Letang. Misa. All in a scrum. Now Ryan Rust out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5 with 5:15 to go in regulation. Rugby scrum in the corner. Misa. Heavy pressure by the Penguins. Karasov can't get to that loose puck. Jones. Lazat gets it up to Brian Rust. Fresh body. Rust goes off the wall. Pass to himself. Comes down the left side. Tries to go one hand. And what a job by Brian Rust to fend off Nick Leddy. And Leddy stopped skating. Rust never gave up on the play and draws that penalty against Nick Leddy.
Said keep your feet moving. Brian Rust did right there. Trying to pull off the Brian Rust move. Penguins will be on the power play.
When we come back, we'll see the first power play for the Penguins in this hockey game with a 2-0 lead. 4:55 to go in regulation. You are listening to the Penguins Radio Network, brought to you by S&T Bank.
The new film, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, tells the story of his 1982 album, Nebraska.
It was a representation of who I wanted to be.
Bruce Springsteen joins actor Jeremy Allen White in a SiriusXM town hall with questions from superfans.
If you can make this honest, people would connect with it.
Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, on E Street Radio, SiriusXM Channel 20, and on the SiriusXM app.
Experience the pinnacle of club soccer in the UEFA Champions League on Sirius XM FC. This is the place where legends are born.
Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Dynasties are built.
Real Madrid do what they do best.
And history is made.
It is a night to remember for Paris Saint-Germain.
Hear the top Champions League matches all season long on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
Nothing puts you closer to the action than Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
St. Louis Blues General Manager Doug Armstrong, Alex Steen, speak to where that's at, the succession plan, and
he is going to be the manager after this season. You have to know when your expiration date is with a group, and I think it was time to be honest with myself that the organization itself needed to change, and we're excited to have Alex ready to take over.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
Welcome back to San Jose. Penguins lead 2-0, about to go on the power play with 4:55 to go. You know what that means, Jay?
Big Mac time.
It means it's Big Mac attack time. That's right. If the Penguins score during the final 5 minutes of the third period of any game during the 25-26 NHL season, you win a free Big Mac. Should the Penguins score, be sure to download your McDonald's app to receive a free Big Mac with purchase. Offers valid for 3 days following the game when the Penguins score on the Big Mac attack. And here they go, right in front of Alex Nedeljkovic. It's Rickard Rakell and Sidney Crosby just could not pick that puck out from the equipment of Alex Nedeljkovic. He finds it, he covers up, and gets a face-off to his right.
But just the whole thing starts, Rickard Rakell supporting Crosby on the face-off, gets the puck back to the point. Great puck movement by the Penguins. Good opportunity.
There's a 50-50 puck off the face-off, this time won by Desharnais. He's able to send it to Colin Graff, who clears the zone, but the Penguins get to that loose puck. It's Crosby to Rakell in the neutral zone. Gets her center red, dumps it in, hits the stick of Dellandrea, slows it down for Nedeljkovic to get it, and Desharnais cannot get enough on that clear attempt. Kept in by Carlson, down behind the goal line to Rust. Rust back to Crosby. Sid walks it to the center point, sends it to Malkin. Malkin hangs on, far half wall. Sends it down to Sid in the goal line to Rakell. Bouncing puck, Rakell just can't get on target and sends it wide. Now it's Rust keeps it in. Rakell to Malkin. Good puck support here by Erik Karlsson. Gets it down to Brian Rust on the half wall. Walks it to the goal line to Rakell. Rakell back to Rust. Rust back to Rakell to Crosby to Rust, and he can't find that bouncing puck. And it's Sidney Crosby now going to get called. It was the second little tug on Dellandrea, and that one was enough for a penalty.
Pittsburgh, 87.
I was wondering if maybe they would let that one go, but no, that was a tough one because that is a penalty, and it's tough. A great steer for the Penguins. They did a great job. San Jose, that would have been the third time they had a chance to clear. Couldn't clear. I'd like to see the Penguins put it away, but
has Sid been in the box all 3 games here on this trip? I think he has.
Twice in LA.
Yeah, yep. And he got called in Anaheim too. So Sidney Crosby in the box for hooking. So we'll have 40 seconds of 4-on-4 play. Penguins will have a defensive zone face-off to the right of Tristan Jarry. It'll be right-hand shooting forward Nola Chari. And this face-off is won by Celebrini. Celebrini to Orlov. Orlov, the big one-timer there by Smith, and that's blasted wide. Back to Celebrini. Walks on the top of the circle. Sends it to Wenberg. Wenberg. Crisscross with Celebrini. Tries to go right in front of the net. Off the stick of Orlov. And clears the zone. Now it's Will Smith carrying the puck. Gets it to Celebrini. Rims it into the Penguin zone. Stopped by Chris Letang. Great play by Ryan Shea. Little one touch to Noel Acciari. And out go the Penguins. And a monster hit by Orlov with Acciari. Had his head down. And it's Smith with a chance on a one-on-one on Ryan Shea. And that goes off of Shea up into the screen. And what a hit that was by Dmitry Orlov on Noel Acciari. Acciari gets himself, goes to the bench, and looks like he'll be okay.
Yeah, no worse for the wear. The second big hit he's taken today. It's textbook right into the chest. I mean, great hit. That's a great hit.
You can't say much about it. It's just it's a good, clean hit. 2:50 to go in regulation. Penguins up 2-0.
Sometimes these days you don't see that type of play. I think guys maybe are stunned because players don't do that to each other much anymore.
Not much anymore. Looks like we have a timeout here.
Yep, Sharks taking their timeout. I saw it on the before that great play by Ryan Shea to help the Penguins exit the zone, trusting the system, and getting out. Nedeljkovic was starting to creep up there, so we'll see here if he comes off.
I think down by 2. I think with 4-4 here, more ice.
So
now it's 5-on-4. Yeah, so that the penalty to the Sharks has expired. So now they are on the power play. And Ryan Warsofsky, Ryan Warsofsky was coached by Dan Muse.
I learned this. I learned this at dinner.
So Warsofsky went to Sacred Heart, where Dan Muse was the assistant coach for 2 years. He ended up transferring to Curry College, but his 2 years as a pioneer at Sacred Heart in Fairfield, Connecticut, 08, 09, and 09, 010, Ryan Warsofsky played for Dan Muse.
Great
so here we go. Empty net. Nedeljkovic out of the goal. 6-on-4 for the Sharks. Down a pair of goals. Face-off win by Blake Lizotte. Caleb Jones chips it out into the Sharks zone. Now it's Orlov. Orlov carrying the puck. Long drop pass for Celebrini. Celebrini flying through the neutral zone. Sends it to Wenberg. Wenberg back to Orlov at the point. To Toffoli. To Celebrini. Celebrini at the blue stripe. Walks it down Main Street. Tries the one-timer to Eklund. Good stick there by the Penguins. Eklund takes a bouncing puck at the blue line. Keeps it in. Keeps it alive. Penguins trying to win this puck battle at the near half wall. It's Wotherspoon. Blake Lizotte. And it's Orlov. And a big booming one-timer by Will Smith. Stopped by Tristan Jarry as Smith all by himself in the high slot. Tristan Jarry gets the loose puck. Thinks about it. He's going to do it. He's going for it. Hits something on the way. It's Tristan Jarry going for the goalie goal.
Wow.
Again. He's already got one. Here's the Sharks. Tick it down. 1:35 to regulation. The Penguins up a pair. It's now Celebrini. Crosby out of the box. Chris Letang gets it over to Connor Dewar. Gets to center red. It's stopped on his empty net attempt off the post as Dewar got to the loose puck and on the backhand from a tough angle. Now it's the Sharks with a stretch pass that goes off of, I'm not sure if it was Wenberg or Chris Letang, up over Tristan Jarry into the screen.
Yeah, Wenberg, because it's going to be outside the line.
There we go. Well, again, Tristan Jarry, a huge save on Will Smith. And then he picks up a puck in behind the goal and tries to rip it down the ice with a 2-goal lead for the goalie goal.
And that's the time you go for it. When you got 2 or more, you can go for it.
Face-off win by the Penguins. Up to Ricard Raquel. 6-on-5 here. Alex Nedeljkovic on the bench. Penguins up 2-0. We hit the 1-minute mark to go in regulation. Here's Dickinson carrying the mail. Up to Misa. Misa goes around the goal. Wide body. Tries to pass it to Dickinson. Goes off the stick into the neutral zone. Back to Misa. He rips it in to Carlson. Carlson from behind the goal line thought about the empty net. Turns it over. It's now Kurashov in behind the goal. Great job by the Penguins to get to the loose puck. That was Carlson, but now turned over by Malkin. Back to Carlson in behind the goal. He sends it up to Crosby. Crosby sends it long range to Malkin. Malkin goes bullseye on the empty net. Gino Machino with the empty net goal, and it's 3-0 Penguins.
Well, that'll be all she wrote, Borky, and Penguins going to end up here with a 2-1 road trip, a great California swing, but great pass up ahead to Malkin. He puts it into the empty net, but for Malkin, that's now 2 empty net points here. The Penguins, this is a great stat. They now lead the league in a tie, empty net goals. That's a category you want to lead in.
But can you remember if getting Malkin being out there in the dying seconds?
Taking a pass from Erik Karlsson.
And Erik Karlsson and Sidney Crosby. I mean, this was not something that happened a lot in the past, but...
He's 2 for 2 icing games. I mean, think about, remember Jake Gensel was great at scoring.
What a vote of confidence. And the Penguins are going to complete this 3-game road trip with a huge win here against the San Jose Sharks and Alex Nedeljkovic as we tick it down. And that's it. Tristan Jarry. What a game for Tristan Jarry. And for Tristan Jarry, that's career shutout number 32. I beg your pardon. 22. Check your eyes, 2-Niner. Career shutout number 22 for Tristan Jarry. His first against the San Jose Sharks. An absolute beauty by Tristan Jarry. A 30-save shutout, and the Penguins win 3-0.
Just an impressive performance by the Penguins. We talked about what do you want to see in the third period, and I think we saw it here. They get the only 2 goals again for the second straight game in the third period. Don't give anything up. Just test. We had to kill off a couple of penalties there late. They did that. Obviously, that was a struggle at the beginning